You know what human beings and bees love? Flowers. So why not show some love to this week's Game Over Greggy show sponsor, Pro Flowers. Right now, Pro Flowers has a special offer just for our listeners. Get $10 off your purchase of $29 or more. To snag this deal, go to proflowers.com, enter the code Greggy at checkout. I got Pro Flowers delivered to the house last week, true story. And you know what I did? I cried because Jen wasn't there to get them. But you know what Colin's girlfriend Erin did? She put them out on the kitchen table, and they looked like funfetti cakes. They were all like white flowers with like the sprinkles in there. It was really pretty. So do yourself a favor, help out this show, and support Pro Flowers. There has to be a bee in your life that needs flowers, or a person. So you can get $10 off your purchase of $29 or more at proflowers.com. Just go there and enter the code Greggy at checkout for a special deal. Buzz, motherfucker. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Game Over Greggy show. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer/seducer, Nick Scarpino.
Hello.
I'm almost in a heather gray shirt with you today.
Almost. It's gray.
Charcoal.
But it's not heather.
But it's more like a charcoal, yeah.
Yeah, it's not. There's a difference, right?
There's
Pure one, Tim
difference.
Gettys. There's a big difference between heather and...
What was your little thing you did? The second one. The show started, you like...
I did the producer/seducer.
Before that, you did a hand thing.
I did a hand thing? Did I do like the spice thing that's very popular on Reddit right now?
I don't think so.
The salt and pepper thing?
No.
No? And joining us for the first time ever, Kinda Funny's newest employee, Andy, formerly of Rooster Teeth, Andy Cortez.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
We
Very
called
excited.
you Andy from Rooster Teeth, remember?
Yeah. Sean started that. Sean's very pissed that he has to change that now. So.
Yeah.
He said that's the only thing people knew me for, and now it's gone. You've taken
Right.
it from me. So
Andy from Kinda Funny is good, though.
yeah, it works.
I like that.
Yeah, kind of rolls off the tongue.
Sure. But you still wear a lot of Rooster Teeth stuff.
I do. I mean, I like their shirts.
You got them good shirts.
No, Kinda Funny shirts are better.
I have more Funhouse shirts and kind of funny shirts. How do you feel about that?
You designed most of the Kinda
I
Funny.
did, yeah.
Slap
I
in
did.
the
You're right.
face.
Is that the thing? You don't want to wear shirts you designed?
It feels kind of like
Really?
douchey, kind of. Unless it's like a hot ass shirt.
Who knows?
The Kind of Funny Live 2 shirt. The 8-bit one with the sort of
Street
sunset
Fighter looking one?
Yes, the sunset sort of themed one,
that
colored
was
one.
dope.
I lost that one. I left it in the hotel.
Oh, no.
And I lost it, and it's such a bummer. So if you have an extra medium out there, hook a boy up.
Yeah. As if we it'd be cool if we still had stuff. If we
That'd be
stock things,
fucking
but we don't
awesome. Yeah,
stock
they sold
anything
out.
here. Yeah, we don't do anything.
They
We
sold
don't
out.
save
That's
any of
all.
our stuff.
It happens,
You can get
guys.
your ticket at kindoffunny.com/KFL3.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have new shirts there?
Hell yeah, there'll be exclusive merch.
There's some good shit in the works right now.
Yeah.
Just
Andy's
kidding.
working on it.
I haven't started anything
But
yet.
you're like, you know.
Oh yeah, the wheels are
thinking about
turning.
it.
The wheels are turning, boys.
So Andy, what is your job at Kinda Funny? Because no one's really described to me what you do here.
Point guard, shooting guard. So I think Tim wanted to bring me on to do a lot of video editing.
How much of that have you done so far?
0.0.
Greg,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
day 2. Let him ease into this job. We're not trying to make people work hard here.
On day 2, how much work did you do?
A lot.
I think I'm like an
a lot of
everyman,
work.
more of an everyman. Video editing, do some art stuff, maybe do some social media stuff, breakout videos. Try to be silly, on the internet.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, look, we learned that you had a lot of skills, and we're like, we could use some skills.
We could
here.
abuse
I can
those
3D
skills.
model.
Yeah, so we're like, I don't know what the fuck 99% of Andy's talents, we have no use for. But we're like, you know what? We'll
One
figure
day.
out a way.
There's a guitar sitting right there.
Yeah.
Let's go, guys.
He was fucking jamming today, playing
Yeah.
like all the Blink 182 songs.
Every Blink 182 song.
Could you jam for us right now?
It's far away.
Kevin, can we get the thing up and running for him? It's going. All right, great. Well, while you get it on there to play a little bit of music, I'll let everybody know this is the Game Over Greggy show where anything can happen each and every.
You have to.
No, wait, that's the wrong show.
Hit the switch in the back.
This is the Game Over Greggy show.
We're 4, sometimes
Each
5.
week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table. Each bring a random
I didn't
topic of
do it.
discussion for your amusement.
Can you do it over again?
Sure.
I've
You
always
want me to start from
wanted
the
to
very
do it.
beginning?
Yeah, sorry.
What's up, everybody? No. If you didn't know, this is the Game Over Greggy show. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table. Each bring a random topic discussion for your amusement. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny, where you can get each and every show early, along with a bunch of exclusives, perks, goodies. I'm sure Andy will be putting stuff up there one day.
Oh, yeah.
He just
We'll
makes
see.
whatever he's going to do. But if you got no bucks to toss our way, head over to youtube.com/kindafunny, where you can get the show broken up topic by topic, day by day, until it goes live as one big video. What are you going to play for us? Back in Black. All right.
I don't have my pick with me, and it's very low volume. Is it hooked in, Kevin? Oh, it's hooked in. Okay.
So they hear it really well?
I can.
Bing. Oh my God, Sum 41.
Store it to the party like my name is
El Nino.
Okay, that's
Drinking in
enough,
the back
guys.
of an El Camino.
I'm very embarrassed.
As a kid,
I'm not going to play Wonderwall for y'all motherfuckers.
Do you know
I would love
anything
some Wonderwall
by
later.
the group Led Zeppelin?
They're old.
Sing his name.
Isn't that? No, that's Metallica.
Close. That's real close.
Try again.
I don't know Led Zeppelin.
You don't know Stairway? I thought everyone knew Stairway.
Play Everywhere by Michelle Branch.
Oh, dude, we can do this for real on a morning show.
Okay.
Right now, I'm just not prepared, guys. Need a computer. I need some tablatures in front of me.
No, I understand.
Pony by Genuine.
That's like the Three Doors Down pony.
Yeah, the Dave Matthews Band pony.
If you're horny.
We did it, guys. Good job.
Let's do. Oh, you got a little Triforce shield in the back
Ride
there.
it, my pony.
The Hylian shield in the back there.
Sure
huh?
do. Sure do.
Nice.
So I
very
just want to
nice.
briefly explain.
Oh, Kevin's got something to shout out.
We haven't fully figured out how to integrate that into the soundboard, so there's quite a bit of static
Sure.
going on behind
Kevin,
it.
what I'd like you to explain more is why is your mouth all blue?
I don't know what you're talking about.
How many of
Kevin
these
had a fight with a
blue
grade
blow
schooler.
pops did you take
Blowing the Smurfs.
from the goddamn Ike sandwich shop?
Well, because all you guys just blindly accept the green apple caramel
I got a
bullshit
blue.
one.
Those things are good.
Yeah, we only had one. If you got none of you guys eat those, just say to them, hey, switch it for the blue.
Mine is at home. My blue blow pop is at
Oh,
home.
is it?
Because I was going to eat it yesterday, but then I remembered I had a meeting in the afternoon. I did not want to look like you and Andy because you and
good
Andy
call.
did not look like professional men
Like a
yesterday.
rejected Avatar character from Avatar 2.
Man, the makeup went all, we thought it inversed. It went inside of them
Sure
instead
did,
of
yeah.
outside of them. That's not
Absorbed it all. Yeah.
Andy, it's your first Game Over Greggy show.
It sure is.
To be clear, you're not going to be the fourth chair. You're not filling.
No.
You're just
God,
here.
no.
We're keeping the fourth chair cycling and all that jazz. You weren't hired as an on-camera personality.
I do not
so you
want
can
that
fuck right off.
responsibility. Yeah.
But what's your topic today?
My topic, I think we're all fans of 90s comedies, right?
Big fan.
Big fan. So this is sort of the triumphant. Did I say that word right?
No.
Maybe
No,
not.
no.
It's all good. Adam Sandler's Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore
Yeah.
versus Jim Carrey's Dumb and Dumber and Ace Ventura versus Chris Farley's Tommy Boy and Black Sheep.
Well,
Three titans of comedy.
First off, let me go. Let me just put this
First
out
off,
there.
let me go.
Tommy Boy is an amazing film. Black Sheep, not so much.
I
Not
love
so much, unfortunately.
not
Go
amazing.
back and watch it again. I just recently went back and watched Tommy Boy and Black Sheep, and then you realize I started reading the IMDb trivia how they like basically rushed Black Sheep into production, and none of them wanted to do it because they were like, we don't want to do the exact same movie we just
man.
did,
I
but they were
love
like, we got to
Black
capitalize off of this connection.
Sure.
So I love Tommy Boy. I'm a huge Chris Farley fan. I was actually really sad when he passed away. But for my money, and I'm also a big Adam Sandler fan. Tim's looking at me like you're about to put your foot in your mouth. But for my money, nothing beats Ace Ventura. Nothing.
Really?
Nothing
That's
beats
a
Ace
hot
Ventura.
take.
Dude.
That is a hot. That's
the
the
one
hottest.
you go on?
I'm
Wow.
telling you right now, I love all those movies that we just listed, but when I first saw Ace Ventura in the theaters, I was like, it is one of the like 3 movies that I could not stop laughing at. I'm talking guttural, laugh out loud, you're embarrassing yourself laughter.
You're wheezing, you can't breathe.
Yeah, that. Something About Mary and Zoolander for some odd reason are the 3 movies that I could remember in recent memory where I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't stop fucking laughing at this.
No shame there. Zoolander's great.
Zoolander's
Zoolander
fantastic.
is-
Zoolander 2 on the
Ben
other
Stiller
hand,
can fuck off. We're
not as bad. Well, you got beef with Ben Stiller? I got beef
I
with
got
Andy
something for
Serkis,
Ben
so
What
it's
about
not
his
a big deal.
appearance in the Puff Daddy video? Bad Boys for Life.
holy shit.
gone.
On the boat? Was he on a boat?
No, he just rang the doorbell.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah.
Go nowhere. We bring the guitar out. Let's go, guys. Damn, I was expecting you to say Dumb and Dumber.
I loved it. Well, no, I mean that's the same category, right? Are we talking about those two
Yeah,
versus the
yeah,
other two
those two versus the other two.
It's a
Dumb and
tag
Dumber
team. This is a
above.
triple threat tag team
no.
match.
Yes.
See, here's the thing. I like Dumb and Dumber. I like Dumb and Dumber. But
love
Ace
Dumb and
Ventura was a special film.
Wow,
Like
okay.
that movie, for some fucking reason, is one of the funniest movies ever made to me. And I'm talking. I put it above Balls of Fury, which is like.
Oh my God, nothing goes above Balls of Fury.
That is
defense.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't believe what's going on right now.
Yeah, no. So
Here's, and I'm gonna say
Go
this,
for it.
and this is, I know we joke around about a lot about it.
Yeah.
I think Ace Ventura, we were just too young for, myself included.
You may have been.
Because I remember watching Ace Ventura and being like, oh, that was a funny movie, and you know what I mean, like. laces out, Dan, and like it was funny or
Einhorn
whatever.
is
And the
Finkel.
woo, don't go
Finkel
with
is
it.
Einhorn.
Yeah. And that was the thing of just like, all
Einhorn's a
right,
man.
it was fine.
It's definitely one of those movies that when you rewatch as an adult, there's tons of shit you missed. Like when Einhorn turns around, spoiler
Yeah.
alert, and her dick
Penis,
and balls are sticking through her. I thought that
tucked.
was poop as a kid.
Really?
Yeah, I
it was
thought like,
dick and
oh,
balls.
it's funny she has little poo poo in her underwear. Wasn't what it was.
Yeah.
But that's a joke that a lot of jokes pass. That's a movie that a lot of jokes sort of fly
Yeah.
over your head.
Well, that's the funny thing about comedies in general, I think, is like as much as I loved Ghostbusters, like growing up watching it every day and being, hey, mom, can I call something a puss bucket? Like I knew there was words in there, but like when like there's just so many lines in that movie and throwaway and things, you know, like. You know, we got this Mr. Stay Puft all wrong. He's a sailor. He's in New York. We get this guy laid. We don't have a problem.
We got a problem.
And then when she's like, "Do you want this body?" and like, you know, take me sub creature, like sounds like you already got enough people. in it.
Or even just the connotation of the gate master or the key
Yeah,
master.
exactly,
the gatekeeper.
exactly,
It's like,
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
I never even saw the Chris Farley movies.
Really?
What the fuck?
Why, Tim?
I didn't.
They
I
hold
just
up
didn't.
incredibly well.
I've seen Beverly.
Oh my
Ninja.
God.
With
Yeah.
Chris Rock. Oh God.
like
Okay.
that
I love that movie.
So those two movies, if you can fuck with that type of comedy, it's a lot of slapstick. It's a lot of like cheesy. Oh, big Chris Farley's a big fat dude who like runs into a tree. But there's a lot of really funny lines. And
Got it. I mean, I would love to give it because Chris Farley's a funny motherfucker.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that I am missing out.
Yeah.
With those guys.
Tommy Boy for sure.
But when it comes to Ace
I-
Ventura and Dumb and Dumber, Dumb and Dumber to me, and again, I haven't seen it in 15 years, but that shit was funny as hell.
Oh, it's so
And
hilarious.
Ace Ventura, there was something about it. I was like, it was funny, but even at the time, I was like, this is only funny because I'm a dumbass little kid.
sure.
You know? I
Yeah,
don't know.
no,
to
I
me,
mean,
my money's with Adam Sandler. Although I want to throw Mike Myers into the mix.
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
I
running.
feel-
Now it's a fatal
And
four
that
way.
was the
Jesus.
Wayne's World Austin Powers, even though, you know, we're
That's a good
kind of like
connection.
I think
different
Wayne's World
ends
2.
of the 90s.
I think Wayne's World 2 is one of the best
Comedy
because
sequels.
I like part 2 more than part 1. I
Oh,
even go as
really?
far to say that.
I don't know if I can say that, but
Are you
I
kidding?
think the
I'd give my
back-to-back
right
is so good. The Pepsi fight scene is the
lowercase
only
J.
good thing about Pepsi that's ever happened.
The thing about all of these is that you had to be a fan of the person at the time to really appreciate these movies. Like, I think the reason why Dumb and Dumber might stand out is because it was maybe, for some reason to me, it wasn't the most Jim Carrey of films. Like it was an entourage cast. Like obviously it was him and Jeff Daniels doing that thing, and I think that had more mass appeal than Ace Ventura. I think Ace Ventura was very much like, this is Jim Carrey's breakout role. He's going to go full Jim Carrey in this. It's just him and Courtney Cox. That's pretty much it.
And the dolphin.
And the dolphin, whose name was
Oh God.
I can't remember now.
God. Fucking.
But again, I was that came out of the blue for me. That was like my first real understanding of who Jim Carrey was, and I just thought it was the most hilariously creative film ever. Then we got to Dumb and Dumber, and I was like, all right, give it to me.
See, my problem with I liked Ace Ventura fine, and I liked Jim Carrey. I remember him, you know, as like Fireman Bill from fucking The Living Color and
Fire
stuff.
Marshal Bill.
Thank you. Dumb and Dumber. I didn't see it for years because them in the trailer annoyed me so much.
Oh, it's annoying as shit.
The fact that they're that stupid, like they are those dumb. They are those dumb asses.
Out
that I
of
just didn't want to deal with.
all of those movies, though, I feel like, fuck, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that though because Billy Madison has some quotable lines.
Dude,
but
Billy
I feel
Madison is so good.
I feel like Dumb and Dumber, I quote that movie with my wife more than anything else. And it's always when we travel, and it's always Samsonite.
I was way off. Yeah.
And then when he's running in the car, I did a little bit of that on the drive over here. Like I was. Never mind, don't worry.
Let's stop this podcast and just go watch all 6 of those movies right now.
So I think of all the 6, I think Dumb and Dumber is at the very, very top.
Okay, interesting.
But I don't know. I don't know
fuck
if Ace
with that.
Ventura and
See, that's
Dumb and
the
Dumber
thing.
are as strong, in my opinion, as like I fucking love Black Sheep. Although I will give it to you, I
Okay,
think
you're
Black
going that
Sheep
way.
Black Sheep feels like one of the scripts that they rejected while they were making Tommy
Boy,
Boy.
yeah.
And they're like, well, we have this fucking script. Let's work with that. But I really do love Black Sheep. I swear, I fucking love that movie. Yeah, I think Dumb and Dumber is at the top for me.
But okay, but forget all of that. Go around the table. Just gut reaction out of this triple threat.
Yeah.
Who wins? Adam Sandler.
I mean, probably Adam Sandler. Yeah, but I feel like I like the Jim Carrey movies better because I was as much of a Happy Gilmore fan as I am. I was not a huge Billy Madison fan.
Wow.
Yeah, like I remember seeing Happy Gilmore first and going, "This is really funny," and then going back and watching Billy Madison, going like, "This seems like a continuation of the other movie that we just didn't get to see."
And what were the best scenes in Billy Madison?
Musical scene.
Chris Farley.
Oh, that's
As the bus
fair, as the
driver.
bus driver.
Yeah.
No.
That's
My
true.
favorite was the musical part where they start singing. She's
Oh,
like,
sure.
"Don't I have a nice rack?" Something about that was the funniest.
Hi,
thing.
kids. I bet you thought I was dead. But when I fell down, I just broke my leg and had a hemorrhage in my head. I like you. We talk about the Greg wheezing laugh from this.
Yeah.
Watching Billy Madison for the first time.
There you
When
go.
that clown falls down, they all have a good laugh at his expense,
bleeding.
and then they come over, this blood just comes out of him. I thought it was the funniest. That's my thing. Is like I think this is. I think what I love about the topic Andy's done here is paired them up,
Yeah.
so that it's not
There's
just one
strength
v one.
and there's-
Because I think the Sandler films are the ones that are universally both from, and this is obviously for me, both of those are just like movies I fucking adored and still do or whatever.
Have you seen them recently though?
I've seen Happy Gilmore was on the Golf Channel once when I was chilling out. So like I was
course it was.
I was at some spa thing. I don't even
Makes
know where the
sense.
fucking it was there, and I was
Yeah.
watching. I was still having a good time.
I walked in on my,
Waiting in the parking
It played after Bagger Vance or whatever. I think one of the jokes that holds up the best from Billy Madison is when he calls Steve Buscemi to apologize.
Yeah. Oh, people said that.
And like it's one of those jokes that isn't silly. Adam Sandler like doing his fucking thing or whatever. Yeah, he's just like, hey, I'm sorry for everything you did. And Steve
All right,
Buscemi's
no
like,
big
all right,
deal,
no
whatever.
big deal. And then he fucking goes to a list and crosses off
Crosses
his
it out
name and
and
then
puts
lies down and
lipstick
puts on lipstick. And it's so like that comedy still fits today. Like it aged really well.
Sure.
But I don't know if the rest of that movie aged
It doesn't.
super well.
It doesn't. So I walked in my brother watching it maybe a year ago, and it was one of those moments where I see it and you're like, I'm gonna sit down and watch this because how can I walk away from Billy Madison? And as I'm watching, I'm like, I can't believe I thought this was funny.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about? What didn't you like? I mean,
all.
other
I
than
just
like
thought, like, the whole thing,
maybe
just-
like the whole shampoo's better, conditioner's better, but like the
Fucking-
Mr.
there's
Penguin,
so much of that,
when he's
though.
like, I see what's going on here. The penguin's in the back with the martini.
I mean that's
God,
the thing for me is like Billy.
1995.
Those two movies, I was never a huge Adam Sandler fan. And I mean, I like Adam Sandler fine. I just was never like he was never. I was never like one of the people who were just like praying to the cult of Adam Sandler. But I
look
did
up the Dolphins'
fucking
name.
love Jim Carrey back in the day.
Snowflake.
Thank
Fuck
you.
yeah, Kevin. Thank you.
But so I'd give the Billy Madison, and maybe Happy Gilmore. Those films are probably somewhere in like the 80 to 90% range for me as far as like love them, still watch them. Dumb and Dumber is probably mid 80s, but to me, fuck man, Ace Ventura is like almost as close to a perfect comedy as you can get. And again, put it in context, like this was nobody really knew who Jim Carrey was.
Yeah.
We had known him from In Living Color. He had done he was funny as shit on that, and this was his first movie, and it was fucking hilarious.
I mean, Ace Ventura, to me, I put in the same kind of category. Like, I feel like Jim Carrey in the 90s was what Tom Green was in the early 2000s, where it's just like his moments were
doing
funny
something
as
totally
fuck.
different.
And anytime he was in a movie, he was the funny guy. Like Road Trip. Like,
I don't think it's fair to compare him to Tom Green, unfortunately, because he's had a way better career than Tom Green had.
I mean,
with movies.
well, in movies, sure, yeah. But Jim Carrey also did he had a lot of flops.
He did have a lot of flops, but he
of
also he
weird-
tried to
like
transition.
Remember Cable Guy? I didn't like Cable,
Guys.
Guy.
A lot
Cable Guy
of people
really-
like Cable Guy.
that
Cable
movie
Guy.
weirded me out as a
It
kid.
weirded me out too.
Like, 'cause
Really?
I'm-
Well, it's because
like-
everybody went in expecting it to be like what
was
Adam Sandler
very
does, where
dark.
every Adam Sandler is an Adam Sandler, except like Punch Drunk
Evidently,
Love, but
Chris
yeah.
Farley was supposed to be the main character in that.
Chris
That's what
Farley
I-
was
that's what
supposed to be
I read.
Shrek.
Was he?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They actually recorded most of his dialogue too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That would have been a distinctly different movie.
I mean, there was always rumors that he was supposed to be one of the early Dan Aykroyd Ghostbuster 3s was built around him, like being one of the Ghostbusters, and that's one of the reasons it was off course. I've never
Melissa
seen that.
McCarthy filled that role.
Confirmed, yeah,
nailed
exactly.
it.
She fucking destroyed it.
I really think y'all need to go back and watch Black Sheep.
I did. I literally just watched Black Sheep a month ago. Because I went down this deep
love
hole of Tommy Boy, and the problem is, here's the deal: it's the same reason why you can't watch Back to the Future and Back to the Future 2 right next to each other.
Oh yeah, you can.
You can't. And I tried it. You know how they always play like AMC plays.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah,
hey, this is today's Back to the Future day, so we're gonna just play the 3 movies over and over and over again until inevitably you watch all 3 of them in parts. I watched for the first time ever all of Back to the Future 1, and then immediately it's Back to the Future 2 started, and I was like, whoa, this is jilting. Because he was literally older. It wasn't shot quite the same way. It's very weird. And then you just notice there's not the same level of like polish that the first one had on it. Not saying it's a bad movie in any way, shape, or form, but it just doesn't have.
This is another one of those fights.
It doesn't
Back
have
to the
that.
Future 1 verse 2.
It's not a fight. Everyone loves Back to the Future 1. Anyone that's
Back to the Future.
2
I mean,
is
I mean, if I can step in, I'm sorry. This is one of the ones where if you're talking about Back to the Future and fighting about Back to the Future, I'm gonna get off the fucking bench here, Andy Cortez. You know what I'm gonna say?
I haven't
Hold
seen
my
either of
beer.
those movies.
What the flying fuck?
Are you kidding?
I've never seen those.
I got them on
movies.
Blu-ray.
What?
I'll bring them in tomorrow for you.
No, that's fucking. You didn't tell us this when we were hiring you.
Okay, those are the type of movies that, like Nick mentioned, were on TV, and I might have seen a few scenes. Just never interested me, man.
If you owe it to yourself to sit down and watch Back to the Future, the trilogy. It's not even good. It's beyond good. It's one of those, like, it's in the pantheon of great trilogies and great.
Well, and the thing about, but here's my thing about Back to the Future 1v2, and I think it comes down to personal preference, because growing up, obsessed with Back to the Future, obsessed with it.
Sure.
And I loved Back to the Future 2 more because I was always more interested in the future, and it was cool like that. However, watching them, Back to the Future 1, a lot of people always talk about it's like it's
almost
a perfect
film.
movie. Like it's really hard to go through and do it because everything's set up so well,
Yep.
right? Back to the Future 2, I understand not getting the knocks out of like, well, it's the same movie again, just this, that, and the other, blah, blah. It does the same thing of where I see technology ruining things. In the same way, I think when you watch Tommy Boy, the pratfalls, the physical comedy, it's all very physical. It wasn't green screen this. It isn't Ghostbusters when it is Melissa McCarthy clearly in a rig getting pulled around doing all this dumb shit, fighting on green screen, right? And that's the problem I think with Back to the Future 2 is that Back to the Future got so obsessed with tech and flying cars and shit that like just the CG moments they use just fucking take you out of it. It's like watching Jurassic Park and then watching Jurassic Park 2 again.
Sure.
Where it's like, well, Jesus, Jurassic Park practical effects look so much better. But like, I think that Back to the Future is a better movie. And a statement.
Yeah.
I think that Back to the Future 2 probably holds a special place in my heart because it was so awesome to go to the future and
Sure.
see cool shit like that.
Sure.
And of
I
course,
agree
we're
with
living it. Everything, it all came true.
Right,
just
I got
like
the
you
hoverboard,
mentioned.
everything outside.
Cubs.
I don't want to get down the rabbit hole of Back to the Future that we already have. I think that I'll echo his sentiment. When I was a kid, I loved Back to the Future 2 because I thought the tech in it was awesome. I think as you get older, you really appreciate, as you go back and watch more and more Back to the Future 1, just how much of an achievement that film was.
And that was the thing of Back to the Future 1, going back and watching it as an adult and as now a fan, or I guess just an adult, and not cinema fan even, but having a knowledge base of like, I remember being a kid and being so, man, how do they make the old people look young? Never thinking about it being the opposite direction, you know what I mean? And then like, even though I didn't grow up in the 50s, I don't have that nostalgia for that time period. Now I've learned and know enough about it to watch it and catch on what's happening this and how, you know what I mean? Like the way those roles played out differently, 30 years later.
It's pretty much all I know about from the 50s. I don't really know anything else except for that and
Leave It to
that
Beaver.
one scene in
Grease.
Crystal Skull.
Oh no, that's not the 50s.
Where he gets in the refrigerator and gets blown up by
Sure,
a nuke
that
but lives.
really happened. That
Documentary,
really happened.
Yeah, that was it's a true story.
But back to why Billy Madison's awesome. I mean,
Is it awesome,
it
though?
is awesome. Like, think about I was looking up because I can never remember Bradley Whitford's name.
Yeah, oh,
his
he's good.
performance in that is so fucking.
That's the guy
great.
from
West Wing and now
West
Get
Wing.
Out. Yeah.
No, I mean it's great, but I think that's one of those movies that like
Carl.
you have to have watched it around that time period, because I feel like if you go back, and maybe the same can be said for all of them
I
we're talking
think
about.
the same can be said about
with the
all
exception of Dumb and
those.
Dumber, because I feel like Dumb and Dumber is the one movie that if you watched it back then and thought it was stupid, you're still going to think it's stupid now. But if you loved it then and you watched it fresh now, you're probably going to like it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like
I
it's
do
just,
agree
it's
with Danny
just
that
so stupid.
I think that is the top, because I think
Like,
it is
how many
the
people
best
do we know
movie
that have
out
the
of all of
fucking
these.
what's his, like Chris from Rooster Teeth and
the
Josh have
blue
the fucking
outfit?
outfits.
Yeah.
Like I know so many people that have those tuxes. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Billy Madison was so good, and I think then on the same breath, I think Happy Gilmore was that good. They just like fucking, and like if we're doing like tap tap taparoo, there's so many dumb quotes from all these. I think
I think
can
Happy
remember.
Gilmore is the strongest sequel of all of these 6 movies.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Well,
Not
sequel,
direct
right?
sequel,
Yeah,
follow
correct,
up. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I think Happy Gilmore is the strongest of the follow-up movies. Dumb and Dumber's at the top, but I think the combination of Black Sheep and Tommy Boy, I will go to my grave.
I don't know, man. I wanted
I would
to
go
defend
to
you
jail for
because
those
I
films,
was
Nick.
such a big Chris Farley fan, and I remember loving both of those movies back in the day. But I just watched both again, and Tommy Boy holds up. Tommy Boy, I'm like,
Tommy Boy's a fantastic
I totally
film.
forgot this movie. It's very endearing. It's if you like Chris Farley, it's perfect Chris Farley. Black Sheep really just feels like, hey, we need to get another movie out like ASAP.
And that was the problem with
It
Black
needs
Sheep
to
and
be
why,
these two
because
things.
it's so similar too.
It's the exact
Because
same
it is.
movie.
I mean, even
road
like
trip, like
Yeah,
where
and,
this guy's a fuck up. We have to keep him away. You know.
I just feel like don't fix what's not broken. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they should have just
But,
done
I mean,
Tommy
do
Boy
something.
too. But I don't think they wanted to do Tommy Boy.
deviate in some fashion from the same movie
Yeah.
you just made. No,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I look at, Adam Sandler's been in a lot of great films too. It's crazy because
Like
it's
on
too bad.
stage yelling "Kill Whitey." Like
Yeah.
when he's hanging with the black dudes and they're all smoking weed and
was
he
funny.
gets
They're like,
super
"No."
stoned. Yeah, they're like,
He's like,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just, man, there's so many great moments from Black Sheep.
That hits you. All right. I feel
Rob
you.
Lowe is in Tommy Boy, right?
Yeah,
I'm
he's
not seeing him
Tommy
for
Boy.
some
Both
reason.
Derek and Rob Lowe are the two.
I'm not seeing Rob Lowe on the cast list here, so
He
that was
might
throwing
be
me for a second.
uncredited for some reason.
But then, and yeah, because that was
He's definitely
the
in.
fact of like in Black Sheep, Tim Matherson or whatever
Yeah.
from all
Every
the
movie in the 80s.
Well, yeah, that I was thinking Animal House and then like
Yeah.
Van Wilder and stuff, or whatever. Like he plays just the Rob Lowe character. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
like,
It's one small step for man. I have a dream. He doesn't know like how to pump up the crowd. It's so good, dude.
Oh,
So
man.
good.
I don't know. Yeah, I
We need
mean,
to
I'm
rewatch
thinking
those.
about it. The obvious pair that probably scores the best if you're going to rate them is Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore.
I mean, I think the most people would agree with that.
Yeah.
thank you.
I think
People
it's,
are correct.
it's hard not to. I think the best movie out of all the things you've I still hold Ace Ventura up higher than everything that's there.
It's Dumb and Dumber.
I came in here thinking one thing, and my mind has changed. I do think, as we keep on talking, I think Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison is the
Knew we
is
hired
the
a smart
better
kid
duo.
over here, smart cookie. Thank you, Kevin.
Like it's just I don't know.
True. No, you're right. Stop
I don't know.
thinking.
I love
You
Black
got it.
Sheep
You
though.
nailed
I'm gonna
it.
give.
Stop
I'm gonna give extra points to Jim Carrey though because I have liked a lot. I've liked consistently all of his movies throughout the years. Like when he did Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, I'm like, what's happening? What are you doing? It's
good,
and a
though.
lot of people like it. I was like,
Great
didn't
movie.
vibe with me.
You didn't like it,
I did. I'm like, I don't get this movie.
really?
Yeah,
I hated it. I
was too
saw
far
it in
out there.
theaters and I fucking hated it.
We were 12.
and we fucking hated it. And then years later, I rewatched it. I'm like,
Maybe it's
this is
genius.
so good.
I should
It
go back and watch it
depresses
because
you,
I was a little
kinda.
young too.
it's
when I
really
saw it.
depressing, but it's like, it's real.
What was the movie? Can you look up Chris Farley's last movie that he starred in, where he's
Beverly Hills Ninja.
No. It's Almost Something. He's like a pioneer.
Oh, it's the one with him.
Almost
and Matthew
Heroes.
Perry.
Almost Heroes. There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
They're just not a great movie. That one.
No, but have you
Well,
guys
I mean,
seen,
that's
like,
the thing that happens to a lot of these comedic actors
Sure.
is that you just go on. It's totally the Batman. You
jump the
die the
shark.
hero. You live long enough to become the villain, and that's like what I think happens with a lot of people. Like Adam Sandler. Like there's conversation with Colin about this. There's GOG topics about this of just like I mean, you talk about Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore and how much we fucking loved those movies, and then where we get to in the end. But then the question always in those topics is Tommy Boy or I'm sorry, is Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore, are those the same kind of movies he's making now, and we're just older and more mature?
Well,
and don't like
there's that, but I also think that like with Adam Sandler, it's always the debate of no one agrees on where did he fall off, because it's like people will fight to the grave for Little Nicky.
Little Nick is fucking awesome.
I'm not.
Or like,
I
and
can't defend
Waterboy,
Little Nicky,
Mr.
but-
Deeds.
Waterboy I like.
feel
Mr.
I love
Deeds
Mr.
was
Deeds.
fucking funny.
I love Mr.
Don't talk
Deeds.
shit about Deeds at this table.
That's what I'm saying.
What's up,
it's
DT?
like I
we
think
all,
that there's
we
a
all
debate.
just agree Click sucks. Right?
I liked Click.
But see, Nick likes
That's
Click.
horrifying.
I don't think it's a great film. but
Click
I-
Click's
that's
not
the-
an Adam Sandler
That-
movie.
yeah,
though.
That's the thing that
that's like a family
Click
sort
is
of
where
movie.
he started going into like the family realm,
Yeah.
and then he did the one where it was him and his twin sister. I forget what that was. I didn't see that
Grown
one.
Ups too, though. How about
But
that one?
I like the Grown Up series. I
Johnny
like Grown Ups
Jess.
1, and I also liked I've liked his like
Jack and Jane.
Jack and Jane. Thank you. I've liked his kind of foray into more serious films. I just rewatched Funny People again, and I'm like, fuck, this is a good movie.
that was the
That
one
was
where
an
you
Apatow
thought he
film,
was
right?
gonna like bring it back.
Well,
That
there
he
was
gonna
the,
get back on
Well, he
track.
tried Spanglish. He tried with a lot of the other
The
like,
animated
serious
Christmas
films.
movie,
8 Crazy Nights.
8 Crazy Nights. I think that's where he fell off.
Really?
Like, because that I feel like that was a misstep.
Was
Not
that-
even judging the quality of the movie. I think that kind of fucked up his like lineage.
Was that
I
after
just
Big
recently
Daddy?
watched
Yeah.
Hotel Transylvania and 1 and 2, and I liked them.
What the fuck, Nick? What do you do in your
Watch
life?
a lot of movies.
Those are the
You just
happy.
go home and
This
watch
is
that's a
what
Happy
you guys can
Madison
accomplish
film,
if you don't play games.
That's a Happy
You can
Madison
watch
film,
every
right?
movie. Hotel Transylvania? I don't know.
Yeah,
Good
like
question.
I think all his homeboys were in that movie, right?
Well,
Hotel Transylvania.
I know Steve
Is it the
Buscemi's in it.
CG movie?
Yeah. But all his
I'm gonna do
homeboys were like voices, I believe.
Maybe.
Man.
Like he
I'm
gets all
looking,
of his
I'm looking, I'm
homeboys to be in
looking,
it.
I'm
Gendy Tartakovsky was the director.
Yeah, he did
of that?
1 and 2.
Interesting.
What?
Yeah.
Andy Samberg, Selena Gomez, Kevin James, Steve Buscemi,
Kevin
David
James,
Spade.
Steve Buscemi, David
what are the Rotten
Spade.
Tomatoes on these? I always dismiss them.
They're probably not good.
6.7.
6.7 on IMDb. but
I mean,
that's
they're
not-
kids'
Okay.
movies. They're not
Okay,
like
okay.
these aren't like Pixar. Let's hit you in the gut on
Cobbler.
both
God, I
sides.
forgot about the Cobbler.
But yeah,
now we
they-
have said that Sandy Wexler Netflix trailer. That
be
looked kind
good.
of funny. That looked like Adam Sandler that I remember being.
Is he
funny
in
and
Kevin
goofy.
Can't Wait? Is he in the show?
The what? Oh, Kevin Can't Wait.
Yeah.
Leah Remini's
You know what?
coming
I
back.
liked The Longest Yard though.
Oh,
I like
the
that
remake?
movie.
See, that's because we're from a different generation for this.
No,
Longest
but-
Yard had its like place for us.
Sure. Yeah.
Straight up, I can't watch 50 First Dates again because I liked it so much and cried at the end that I'm like, I think I can't watch this movie. It's too
It's like the
emotional.
journey for you.
That
It's
is an
really-
annoying.
it's a really good movie.
It's an annoying concept. That's what. It's a heartbreaking concept.
Yeah, it's
of every
if
day
it
If it
she
was
she
has
real
to
real
wait
life,
so
they'd be
much.
broken up by now. He would have gotten tired of that shit.
Yeah, 100%.
I think he loves her.
100%.
How fucking dare you?
No.
Fucking
To
parrot.
watch a
dare you.
VHS. Remember, she has a kid. That'd be the other thing too. You got to strap her down the whole time she's pregnant. She'd wake up, freak out that she's pregnant. We can't deal with
my
this
God.
every day. It's true. Have you thought about this? It's just like in The Walking Dead now. Guess what? You can't sleep next to anybody anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody
'cause
goes to
might
separate
die and kill
rooms,
you.
lock the door.
Except for Michonne and Rick. They
Well, they just throw caution to the wind.
don't give a fuck.
No. Well, I mean, a lot of people, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's thought it through.
Yeah, but
What they need to do.
Yeah.
Somebody has a fucking cardiac arrest. Everybody's dead.
Shout out to I just watched Fun with Dick and Jane, and I'm like, God damn it, this is a funny movie. Have you seen it?
Jim Carrey?
No.
Yeah, Jim Carrey and Taya Leone, where he loses his job, but Alec Baldwin's in it. First time
Oh,
Alec
I do
Baldwin
remember
makes-
this. I do remember this.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Then he did the movie with Zoe Deschanel where he can't lie. Like he just has to.
Liar,
yes,
Liar?
man.
Yes,
no,
man.
he has to say
Yes,
yes to
man.
everything. And I'm like, this is a good movie too. And Liar Liar was
Oh,
good.
shout out to
Liar,
Liar,
Liar was good.
Liar.
That's a good
I'm
thing.
telling you, Jim,
The
you guys are all
claw.
off the Jim Carrey train. But
We're not.
it's still
No,
going.
we're not.
We're not off. We're not
It's
off.
still
That's
going.
not what we're saying.
Now, yes, did it take a weird bend around Ace Ventura 2 when nature calls? Sure.
whoa,
Should they have
that's
just
great.
done another case in the city? Absolutely.
No,
Why did he
no.
fight Tommy Davidson in the weird tribal fight thing? I don't know. Why does Tommy Davidson
man.
still get jobs? Who knows?
Here's my
questions.
thing. Here's my thing about Jim Carrey movies. I feel like as you look through them, right? I feel like this is gonna sound both positive and negative in the same breath. I feel like they're a lot like the Marvel movies. I know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Liar, Liar, Bruce Almighty.
Oh, Bruce Almighty was great.
I enjoy
Bruce.
these
It's a
films
character
fine, but I
film.
leave and I'm
Bruce
just like, all right,
Almighty.
cool. I won't really think about that again.
yeah, they're dumb comedies.
He was in Simon Birch. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
He was the
movie.
adult.
Man on the
adult
Moon was
version.
good.
That
Me,
was-
Myself, and
Irene.
Irene.
The baseball hit the woman in the head in Simon Birch. She
Me,
died.
Myself, and Irene was too far.
That's too far. That's where I'm like, ooh.
Did
he's
you watch The
experimenting.
Majestic? I remember that got panned.
I did watch Majestic. It was okay.
Myself,
Truman
Irene
Show was
was
amazing.
cool.
Remember Truman
Truman
Show?
Show is fantastic.
I really like Me, Myself, and Irene.
I didn't.
There was
Yeah,
some
he's
funny
been in a
bits
lot
in
of
there.
great
Some
movies.
funny bits in it.
I forgot he was in Kick-Ass too. That's hilarious.
He kicked ass in Kick
Yeah.
Ass 2.
All right.
Kick Ass 2, man.
Never seen it.
Almost.
Still haven't seen it.
That movie, like the first one was so good.
It was good.
Second one, it was like, oh man, it's good, but it's not great. And it could have been. There's
little
just
too
such little
cartoony.
things they did, and they just like they fucked up the hit girl kick ass relationship. They went way too far with it.
What they do? They make them like.
They romanticized it. And it was like,
okay.
like this is not okay.
That's why, yeah, I remember not seeing that movie.
Yeah, I
but
didn't
that
see it,
sucks.
Yeah.
I felt like they were more Big Brother, Little Sister.
Yeah.
So we all agree Adam Sandler wins.
Yes.
Regrettably, yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Although if Mike Myers was in it, I'd give it to them.
Nick, what's your topic?
I'm gonna pull up the name here. I want to talk about. Oh God, Twitter. Of course, has to reload again.
Lena the Plug.
Lena the Plug. I was gonna say her. Let me say her full name so people can look her up on Twitter.
You can search Lena the Plug.
No, you can't on Twitter. It's something different.
If you Google
It'll bring
Lena
up
the Plug.
LENA space the space PLUG.
Right. Okay. So this is a fascinating concept, right? So a week ago, Tim said, "Nick, you got to come watch this." Whenever Tim says that, I stand up promptly and go and watch it because he always has something fascinating for me. So this person, her name is Lena, excuse me, Anersazian. Is that how you pronounce her last name?
Lena the Plug.
Lena the Plug.
Narcisian.
Anersazian. She is a YouTube personality. You can follow her on Twitter. You can follow her on
I would
Instagram.
say she's an influencer.
An influencer, okay. So you wouldn't. So
I
this,
wouldn't
this is what
categorize
this is
her
what I want
as
to
a
talk about with you guys.
YouTuber.
So a week ago, Tim said, "Come look at this," right? And he shows me a video of her. She vlogs on YouTube on her channel, Lena the Plug. You can check her out there. Wow, you just hit 3 keys and now your account is just completely suspended.
That's hers. I was clicking over.
Oh, that was her. Got it. So Tim was like, "Look, you got to come watch this video." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I come over and watch it, right? And it's her and her friend vlogging on YouTube talking about how the first time they did a threesome, right? And I'm like, "This is interesting. I don't know how I feel about this," right? And then she goes on to say, "Hey, by the way, I'm going to let my friend have sex with my boyfriend and we're going to talk about it afterward." So let me be clear. She's not showing the actual act of the threesome with her and her boyfriend. She's not showing her friend having sex with the boyfriend. They're going to set it up. The boyfriend comes to and he says, "This is me. This is who I am. Here's my channel. Come support me." And then boom, it cuts. And then all of a sudden it's post-coital and they're all hot and sweaty and they're talking about what it was like to have a threesome. And my reaction to this was, I was like, I want to get everyone else's reaction to this. That was mine, because my first reaction to this was, is this considered like porn, or is this just the natural iteration of like what a social influencer does now? Like, is this the natural, like, is this where social media is taking us? Where, let me finish. Where, some people, an older generation would look at this and say, this is very risque, but newer generations are saying this is just someone sharing their life to the nth degree.
Yes. So let me jump in there. So
Sure.
how I found this was I was on Facebook and I was just scrolling through just like the random news feeds and stuff. It was from the Kind of Funny group, and someone posted it, and it was one of those clickbaity sites
Sure.
that are just like,
You won't believe what happens next.
yeah. But like whatever the headline was, it was like this girl let her best friend fuck her boyfriend, and then they talk about it on camera, and I'm like, all right, you got me. So I click in it, and it was one of those like you have to click through a million different pages to like get the full
Except
story.
all
'cause
the
it's
viruses, let
Like, it's
them-
like
they go in
sentence by
there.
sentence,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like,
give it
all
to
right,
me, give it
I'm gonna
to
try to.
Here's my
figure
credit
this
card
out.
info. Sure.
Whatever you need. And I'm looking through, and I'm starting to get this, and it led me to the video that Nick just described that was headlined like, I let my best friend fuck my boyfriend.
Right.
I let my best friend have sex with my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Right.
And then next to it was a video that said, if I get 1 million subscribers, I will make a sex tape.
Sex tape at 1 mil.
And I was like, this sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, my gut reaction was, this girl's about to get ripped apart. Like just from the internet and just from where everything's at.
Sure.
Looking at the video though, the like to dislike ratio shocked me.
What is it at? Let's see here.
Sex tape currently is at 50,000 up, 19,000 down.
Okay. That's very positive.
But this
I let my
overall
best friend.
positive.
I let my best friend have sex with my boyfriend. 16,5 up, 6,5 down.
okay.
4.3 million views.
And the other one has,
It has 9 million views on sex tape at 1 million.
that's a lot of views, right? So I was shocked by it because to answer your question of, is this where influencers are going? I think this is where influencers can go. And that's what's the shocking piece of this is that we are at a point now where somebody can go from nothing to something so fast. For reference, on January 17th is when she put out the video saying that if we hit 1 million, we'll do a sex tape. She had 32,000 followers at that point.
Subs on YouTube.
Subs, yes. She now has 750 something.
768,000 right now.
So like sizable jump,
Yeah.
right? Now part of the deal is her boyfriend also needs to hit 1 million.
He's at
I
half
don't
a
remember what
million
he was
right now.
at. He's at over half a million
yeah,
now. So I'm like, all right, obviously people are involved in this and
Right.
intrigued by this. We all just watched the video of her talking about the experience they had with her boyfriend and all that. It was like a 12-minute video.
Yeah.
And this is these people's lives.
Yeah.
Like they just like we sit here at this table and talk about the things that we do.
Right.
They talk about the things that they do.
Sure.
And what they do is just a little bit more
God bless him.
there. You know?
Well, that's the thing. Like the Lena the plug not having any reference before you said this to me, and we talked about this at lunch today, getting ready for this topic. What I've been able to dig up is she got popular on Instagram first. Is that right? Because she has like revealing pics there, and then she puts up a private Snapchat. When you click through all her things, like off of her social media, you can go to her website or whatever, and then it gets to like lenaplugs.com. Which is then she has models on here, like Lena's private Snapchat, and there's wish lists, model sign up, popular items, her profile and stuff. And it's, hi, it's Lena the plug here. Welcome to the only place where you can get access to my private 18 plus Snapchat, as well as some extra exclusive time with me. As you may know, my public Snapchat has grown tremendously. Thank you. And as much as I wish I could talk to everyone, it's been difficult to keep up. Due to high demand, I've created this private Snapchat, blah, blah. So I guess she's a Snapchat more than anything.
So you can subscribe to this for $30 a month.
$30 a month.
Going down there.
And then over here on
Interesting.
her Instagram, she's got 643,000 followers right now. And I don't know what this whole thing has done to that number. If this was always high, if she already had this whole Snapchat sex tape thing going on, you imagine then that was already high enough to begin with. Is Kevin showing? He was showing some of the private Snapchats there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, so to clarify, and there are a lot of pictures of her clothed on Instagram, obviously, but there are also a lot of pictures of her doing other stuff, naked, sexual acts, things like that. But this is what's fascinating to me.
Yes. And that's been her thing.
That I don't know.
That's
That
been
was
her
from
thing.
her Twitter. That was
Let me
from
get
her
it.
Twitter.
That was from her Twitter.
Yeah,
Okay.
on Twitter you can see.
So
you can see naked pictures.
she you know.
This isn't me judging, by the way.
No,
This is me trying to get a
absolutely
grasp on who she is and what she does.
She just does a lot of scantily clad photo shoots and even more than that on Twitter and Instagram, Snapchat, all of the social media. Right?
Yeah, Twitter where you can. There she is naked on Twitter.
Now
Okay.
every place has different rules.
Yeah, exactly.
So like I was seeing that she was having issues where her Instagram keeps
Does she have a
getting
cutout
taken
head
down.
like I do? Go up one more. Look at that.
That's a body pillow head.
okay,
That's
never
not a cutout
Oh,
head.
that's even better. You can lay on it. So this is what's fascinating to me about this, right? It's like obviously we're accepting of porn here, like we've talked about porn,
Yeah.
we've dissected that. This doesn't resonate to me on the same level as a porn star, though.
Well, she doesn't even think of herself that way.
Yeah,
And,
she
like,
said that
she
in
made
there,
it clear
yeah,
in,
right. Her
in the video
1 million,
about
yeah.
the sex tape. She was saying like people when you post naked pictures online, porn comes to you and tries to get you to be
Yeah,
involved.
she's been offered
and she's
porn
like,
a lot.
I don't want any part in that. She's like, I'd be down for a sex tape with my partner.
Sure, but
and
then,
putting that out there.
But then at that point, once that line gets crossed, does she become something more or different than an influencer? Does she go into the porn star realm?
See, I don't think so. I just think that that's just what they do. It's the same stuff like on Patreon, for example. Like some of the most successful Patreons are the people that draw the hentai and all that stuff. And it's like
Colin's last stand is drawing
Colin's
hentai.
last stand. Yeah. No, I just think that that's just what they do, right? And like she's totally in control of her body, what
Her
she's
message,
doing
yeah,
with her
yeah,
body,
yeah.
her message,
Right.
being like $30 a month gets you her private Snapchat. It's like, hey, do you? You're
More
opening
power to
yourself
you.
out for criticism in any way, but like you're doing what you want to do. And I think it's different because it's not getting involved with the porn level where there is the, white business dude at the top profiting off it all.
Potentially, but then you also have like the closest analog I have to this obviously is Kim Kardashian, right? Like clearly, on some level, Lena has been inspired by how Kim Kardashian's career has unfolded, and Kim Kardashian obviously is someone who's very much known for being calculated. Her group is calculated in how they disseminate these quote unquote oops accidental things, right? So what I like about her is she's just taking that curtain away and saying, "Fuck that! I'm going to do this. I have this clear marketing push toward this. Clearly, like she hasn't said how she's going to distribute the sex tape. So my guess is if she's smart, and if she's watching
She
this,
very is.
you should very much do
very
this.
is.
She should absolutely sell it.
I'm
Very
not.
much
I very
is.
not.
I very not smart. I like food. But yeah, so obviously she's taking a page out of Kim Kardashian's rule book and saying like, look, there's something about a person of this kind of a personality, with this kind of charm, with this kind of looks and body that is in right now. How do I market myself? How do I become more than like how can I be sexually explicit and also be seen in the same light as Kim Kardashian, who, by the way, is seen as a thought leader for an entire generation of people. And I think she's doing it. And that's why it's fascinating to me, because it would be so easy for me to sit here and write her off as, oh, that's just another porn star. But she's not. She's like, for some reason, and I can't necessarily, I don't know where that line is, but for some reason, to me, she is a personality that's highly fascinating to me.
Well, I mean, I think it's because she's using things like YouTube to get her message across. Like I've been arguing for years now that porn stars, the successful porn stars, and the people that are going to be the Jenna Jamesons of the next generation are the ones that are using Twitter and Instagram and social
You always
media.
talk about Riley Reid. right? Yeah.
Riley Reid is so good on social media because she is who she is. She has her own website,
Right.
and like she works for these big companies, but like that's
She's
what
building
she
her
wants
own
to
brand.
do. She has her
okay,
own
so
brand.
take that back down to 10,000 feet. If she started like this, like, so Riley Reid obviously started as a porn star. Like she's known as a porn star forever. She will be known as a porn star, right? And that's not for better or for worse, whatever, how that's going to affect your career. That's what it's going to be. If Lena decides to go through with the sex tape, and then she does a follow-up sex tape, and then she does more of those, does she then go into that porn star realm? And is she quote unquote stigmatized as that? Or is she still in a, like, because this is the way I see her right now is that I'm like, wow, this is a very interesting and new type of internet celebrity to me, where she somehow can skate the line of doing these things that would be considered by an old generation as stigmatized and bad, but she's doing it much in the same way that Kim Kardashian was able to say, hey, I have a sex tape that's coming out, and now I'm a multi-millionaire because I am a brand that is well respected.
Well,
I think if you were to ask, what does Kim Kardashian do for a living? And you were able to describe that, which is I'm on TV all the time and I have makeup lines and I have apparel and all this stuff. I don't think the first place you go to is the sex tape. I think with this Lena girl,
Sure, but
if you ask, what does Lena do for a living? And if she has three, I mean, are you able to just say, yeah, she's on YouTube a lot, but really it's a little bit more than that. So I don't know how. I think
That's fair.
I think how you boil it down is how you describe.
You're
that
saying the
person.
majority of the things she does is more sexual than what Kim Kardashian.
I think if she keeps making these sex tapes, yeah,
sure.
Correct me if I'm wrong, too. Wasn't Kim's sex tape like not consensual?
Yeah,
Like,
that-
I mean, the sex was not the releasing of the tape, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that
No,
Ray
but
J did a whole
she's-
bunch of weird shit?
No, but she's made a lot of money from it. And she's
Yeah,
been.
but
I think that's
and-
what put her on the. I think
That,
Well,
no,
but
don't get me
that's-
wrong. That's where we all, not
that's what
all,
I'm
but
saying,
where
like-
majority of people heard from it. But I also heard about it in a way of like, that fucking sucks for her.
Yeah.
Why does that? I gotta happen. Hold on.
But that's the thing. I think yes, it sucked for her. But if you were asking what Kim Kardashian does, I would say she takes fucking oranges and makes orange juice out of. Sorry, lemons and makes lemonade out of them. Right? Like, like anyone you can eat an orange too. But that's the thing about Kim K is that there's always that thin veil of, oh, I'm offended by all these things that have happened to me, but or at least the sex tape when she came out. But clearly she's capitalized off it.
I
And
think
at this point,
Kim's in a totally different situation.
I don't think so. I think that Kim is in a situation where she still has to put up the front that her origins are quote unquote naughty or whatever, and this girl is just saying like, let's call a fucking spade a spade. I'm a sexual being. I'm gonna let you in on my sex life, and you're gonna be fascinated by this, and there's not gonna be anything wrong with that.
I don't think Kim does that though. I think Kim's a little, no matter what, it's like a veiled thing where it's like she'll model, but she's not. It's like Kim Kardashian's not releasing a sex tape, and if she did, it'd be an art thing, not a straight up sex thing.
No,
right?
but she is very much still behind that mainstream curtain of like, I watch a lot of her show. My wife likes her show, so Keeping Up with the Kardashians is totally fake, and it's totally made up, and it's totally like, oh, I'm hurt, yada yada. It's all that made up bullshit action or a drama, whereas this is real life, and that's why I think this is so fascinating to me, and that's why I think this, on some level, is almost like more important to humanity right now than the mindless entertainment of the Kim Kardashian show, or Keeping Up with the Kardashians, I should say.
I mean, I disagree only.
Am I just ascribing way too much value to both of these things?
Well, I just think that I think Kim is like out of the conversation entirely. I think that what she does is she's part of a rich family. Things happen to her. She's a celebrity without even trying to be celebrity, right? Like any random person can't just put a sex tape out and have this type of following, right?
No,
like this is the product of people that grow up being able to say, look at me, listen to me, do what I say, and are used to like all of that type of system being in place.
What I'm saying.
And it reminds me of back in the day of, oh man, I'm a dude growing up in the 90s. Give me a handy cam so I can make a Jackass video of me and my brother fucking throwing a pumpkin at a car, right?
Me and my brother fucking.
Like, but like I think
By the way,
that
if we
this
hit
is
1 million
just,
subscribers, Tim will fuck us.
I will. But I think that's what this is. It's like, you know, they grew up realizing they can do this stuff, and that's kind of how I got where I am at, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I clearly she's clearly emulating Kim Kardashian. There's no way to like look at her and be like, you have the same look, the same
I
look.
don't really
Lives in
bring
LA.
Kim into it at all, but
I don't know. I'm not. Again, I'm not denigrating Kim Kardashian. I have the utmost respect for the woman. She has taken every opportunity she's gotten and turned it into fucking gold. So that's great. I'm just saying, like, I bet if we were to sit here and interview her and say who was your biggest inspiration for doing what you're doing right now, she would be like Kim K. Like, absolutely, because she's a person that said that you could do. Like, Kim Kardashian proved that you could have a sex tape come out. Right, something that and have it propel you, right, and not be ashamed by it, and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna. That happened, and everyone's interested in me right now, and here's why you should also be interested in me right now, right? So what I'm saying is, it's fascinating to me to watch the new evolution of that happening right here, where they're like, yeah, fuck yeah, I like sex, and I'm gonna go do this, and it's not because I'm getting paid to do it, it's because I'm turned on by the fact that other people are watching it, and I want to share this life with you. Like, and she said that here too, or in some of her vlogs, where she's like, I just want to share this with you guys. Like, it's exciting for me. And I'm like, whoa, that's weird. Like, the old man in me is like, oh, I don't know about that. Like,
well, that's why you're talking about how like the thumbs up are good and the comments aren't terrible. Some of the comments are terrible, obviously.
Of course.
You know what I mean? But it is the fact that it's the whole point of that you and I are the old men, and I never would have seen this unless you know, because you brought it up and brought it to the table, and then we were all talking about it. But it's like the people who are consuming this content and putting TV out of business and watching us on YouTube and living on YouTube, they are used to seeing people go. And this is, I think, an example of what I always argue about video games applied to YouTube, is that it's just silly putty, and everybody's pulling it in a different direction and doing whatever. It all started right here in this very, you know, centralized thing. We're all doing a very similar thing, but then you get out onto these things. And for me, when you said this, like, honestly, the video I was most interested in is that I let my best friend have sex with my boyfriend, right? And I wanted this to be more like Guys We Fucked, which is a podcast I love to listen to, and have them talk about their sexual stories and just, you know, news and all these different things. I was hoping this would have been more. When I first started, I'm jumping in. It's going to be them having a conversation of, all right, you had sex with my boyfriend. What's it like? What did you think of this?
Phil DeFranco cuts and shit, like editing style.
But then instead, this was a much more vloggy. We're here together. He's coming over. We're drinking tequila. He's here. Him talking to the camera about it, and then the like. That was my whole thing, because I wanted the reaction part to be 7 minutes long, when in reality it was 2 minutes, and they were all kind of drunk. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, like I would have loved to have had a podcast with them about that. You know what I mean? Like, what was it like?
Yeah.
To have sex with, and that was the other thing too, where it was a threesome, which is fine, but I would I'd much rather it have been, you had sex with my boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like, I was in the room or whatever. It needs to make you comfortable or stuff. What was that? But again, like, it's an interesting idea of. I think the first time I heard about Guys We Fucked, it was whoa, that's a You don't hear that every day, and that's a
That's a
provocative
title.
headline. And
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, yeah, great, that's awesome. Why not? How many? You know what I mean? Go ahead and talk about your sexual experience and whatever, all these different things. And so by the time we get to this, where it is a YouTube video of we just had sex, let's talk about it. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I wanted more out of it. I have all these notes and criticisms for you of what I want from your video vlog podcast about fucking each other.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, Andy. go ahead.
I just want to jump in and say I love that they said collaborating on a dick.
That was my favorite.
collab
part.
on a dick.
favorite.
It fucking sold me.
I
'Cause
just-
that shows exactly
Yeah.
where they're at.
I pictured like just Jay-Z and Linkin Park collaborating like in that duo thing they did. Like,
Collision course.
yeah.
This is collision course for the next generation.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm fascinated by this, and I'm fascinated by where this is going to go. And obviously, if they make the sex tape, I'm going to watch it. Why not? Right? They want you to. That's the thing. It's like there's a part of me that's like, oh, don't tell people you're going to watch this. But I'm like, this is like almost like a Brave New World to me.
But that's the
some
thing
level.
is it is though, right? Because I mean, we talk about it all the time. We talk about porn on the show all the time and stuff of people watching porn and you watching porn and what you look for and da da da.
Sure.
And in the same way, you always talk about it when you talk to the girls of a younger generation or whatever, and they're talking about the porn they watch,
Yeah.
and you're always like, no, when I grew up, that was not a thing. Nobody was talking about this.
Yeah, when I
or
grew
how
up,
they
obviously,
masturbate, all these different things.
and still to a degree, I feel that porn is still stigmatized, right? Of something that's bad that you shouldn't do and you shouldn't watch, and you always hear about people talking about just a myriad of different things when it comes to porn and how terrible it is.
Shout out.
But I feel like people like Lena are changing that public perspective because I think it should be, right?
Well,
I think that sex
here's
is
my
way
thing.
too
Do you think that?
stigmatized.
Here's the thing. I apply everything I always talk to about video games and industry. I'm far more knowledgeable about than YouTube.
Sure.
Is that I think again, this is just like the violent video games thing, where it's stigmatized for our generation and the generations above us and the people who make rules and are in Congress or da da da. But in the same way I always talk about with violent video games, when all those people die, and it just is the people who have grown up with it. This is rock and roll. What everyone's so terrified. This is rap, where everybody's so terrified of it. But then you age out all the people who don't get it.
Yeah, fair.
And yeah, it's just people talking about sex on the internet.
So what you're saying is I need to cryogenically freeze myself for the next 30 years till I can fit in?
I mean, I don't. Nick, you can go
60?
forward, backward, sideways. You're never gonna fit in. You're never gonna fit in with the pop
I'm
culture.
always going to be the bad egg.
Yeah, you're always gonna be that rough and tumble Nick Scarpino, producer, seducer.
Sad.
Got a good beard though.
The beard
Thank
is
you.
good.
You got to get yours out. You got to grow yours out.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm most shocked.
Fuck.
What?
It just dawned on me we hired another guy with a beard.
Yeah, but he's got really cool anime hair. So it works
That's
out
really
well.
cool.
Yeah,
anime
that's
hair.
true.
You gotta quit complimenting the hair,
Goku.
guys. It's going. I'm gonna be bald in like a year or two.
You're not. We talked about
We
this.
gotta.
Where's
we
it going? It looks great.
We just gotta.
Looks like it's going in the right
I
places.
told Nick it's like
We
when you
talked about
have.
this. Take
It's like
Propecia.
I have a relative who. It's like my hair is a relative who has a terminal illness.
Jesus.
And I'm just like showing it the
thick,
last,
Andy.
like I'm just giving it, maybe he wants to go to Paris and see the world. Like I'm just trying to show it a good
Yeah.
time before it leaves.
You want to just leave him on the
yeah,
river
I'm
side?
just taking advantage
You're
of
doing
it.
the
Tom
Jack
Cruise's
Nicholson
team died in Mission
/ Morgan Freeman bucket list movie.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Did you
Where
see
do
the
you
new
think it's
poster for
thinning?
that?
I'm sorry.
It was
what
on
now?
top.
It was
Everywhere.
too slow, too serious.
I see it. It was
good.
I don't think it's thinning. It is thinning.
Is that a joke poster or is that a movie coming?
There's a movie coming.
Too
It
slow,
wasn't
too
actually called
serious.
that, but that was like they mocked the Too Fast and Furious.
Oh, yeah, they did like a little
What
parody
movie?
poster for that bucket list movie, right?
Yeah.
Oh, from back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know what the
I
fuck
thought you're
it's
telling me
called.
there's a new bucket list
One More
coming
Go
out.
or some shit like that.
Oh, Jesus, that sounds like a new
I
bucket
don't
list.
know. I don't know if there is or
Freeman.
is not a new
Oh,
bucket list.
where there
but James
is
the
a-
Dirty Grandpa came
Al
out.
Franken?
I know exactly
Alfred
what
from
I know exactly what
Dark
you're
Knight.
talking
Oh, Michael Caine.
Michael
I'm
Caine.
Michael Caine.
No, it's not Las Vegas. They're doing it again.
There is another Las
There's another
Vegas,
one.
I think.
They're just like they're not dead yet. Let's keep fucking churning out these
Michael
films.
Caine.
It's something like that. I
I'm
don't know.
Michael Caine.
I don't know what it is.
I'm
And this
Michael
is Morgan
Caine.
Freeman.
What I'm
couldn't
most
think-
impressed by and shocked by with
Yeah.
this
Bring you back
is
from the dead.
the fact that this isn't just getting fucking destroyed and hated by everybody
Yeah.
and torn apart, but like that they're obviously she has a following, but she's doing it right to create a following, make this a business, but knowing the rules of terms of service on all the different accounts, like they blurred out the underwear scenes that were a little too revealing
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Whereas
The
on
post- the
Twitter, you're allowed to
post-coital
post nudity or whatever, so she did. On Instagram, she keeps getting her account deleted because you're
Well, you get
allowed to-
reported. Isn't that the things? People report you and then
You
shit
get
happens.
suspended
there's
and
certain
stuff.
things you can't show.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying they report it. So like, oh, nip slip.
But it's like it's just nuts that this is turning into an industry.
Going in Style,
Going in
starring
Style.
Michael Caine and Morgan Freeman.
I'm Michael Caine.
Is that Michael Caine?
You guys see when I do.
that was
I've
no.
queued you up 3 times to
Alan
do your
Arkin.
Morgan Freeman.
Alan Arkin.
oh, I was doing never.
I'm Michael Caine.
And the waters are receded.
Never. Well, I just couldn't figure. Bring
Bruce
you
Wayne.
back from the dead.
You have to save Gotham. Gotham City.
Why is he Indian?
Gotham City.
What?
I'm Michael
Desperate
Caine.
to pay the bills and come through for their loved ones, 3 lifelong pals risk it all by embarking on a daring bid to knock off the very bank that absconded with their money. Director Zach Braff.
Zach Braff.
Joey
doing it.
King, Morgan Freeman, and Margaret.
Didn't Zach Braff have that Kickstarter for the
Everyone got
movie?
all upset about it.
What happened? Did they ever make it?
What movie?
It was like a sequel to a movie he was in that everybody wanted but nobody would fund. So he
Garden
put it on
State?
Kickstarter. Maybe it was it might have been a sequel to that.
Someone said her comments are saying that she already has a sex tape.
I'm Michael Caine.
Yeah. It's, the comments,
I'm
somebody
sure
saying.
somebody leaked it or
Well, I
ripped
don't know
it or
about that. I'm
something
just
like
saying
that.
I want to see if there's other stuff she's done because I've seen pictures of her doing like sexual acts.
It's right here.
Send me the link.
You already
for
have a
research.
sex tape, Lana the plug. Somebody laugh.
Nextsex.com.
Nick's on it.
going
Nick's going to
right
get
now.
to the bottom of this sex tape business right
I
now.
just want to see.
I think I'm totally fine with. I know the question wasn't, are you okay with it? I guess
How do you feel about
I
it?
guess here's what I'm surprised that this is just like you are. No, that's fine. Do your thing. That's where we've gotten to in 2017.
Yeah.
Of like, all right, cool, go do your
I mean,
thing.
I just think that this isn't going to fundamentally change the world, and it's not like everyone's going to grow up and decide that they're going to do this. It's just like
People
this
are already
is-
doing this.
Yeah, people are already doing
Different
it. and-
strokes. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly. I
the
do know what you're
world
saying.
don't move.
But
I just-
I mean,
yeah, I feel-
watching the video, like parts of it, I was just like, I can't believe it's real. Like the way that they were talking about it all. But I'm like, these are real people. Anyone has access to put videos on YouTube, which means you're gonna get fucking 4 nerds talking about Adam Sandler movies 20 years later.
I'm pretty cool. I'm not a nerd. Come on, guys.
And you're gonna get people talking about sex in every type of way because people have opinions. And I mean, shit.
There's got to
Do
be.
you?
Well, I'm more interested now. Is there's got to be someone has to have done a YouTube show that is just, hey, we just fucked. Now let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Them in bed. You figure?
Yeah, that's a
not-
good gimmick. That's a really good
Oh,
gimmick.
you want to start with me, Nick?
You want to do it?
Episode
Sure.
1. Episode
Let's
001.
call it Back Hair. The Adventures of Greg and Nick.
Sure.
Okay. To clarify, there is in fact a sex tape of her online currently that you can see. So I don't know where that puts us, but I think we're still in the same place.
I mean,
What
it
do
puts
you
us.
mean? What does that change?
well, she already has a sex tape. I don't know.
Well, it's
So-
probably her putting it somewhere privately, maybe.
I would
getting
say.
ripped.
I would say
in a couple
either it's
places.
another fucking leak, it's a hack, it is all of her Snapchats compiled into one thing
Maybe
or some
that's
shit
it.
like that.
That
I
might
mean,
be
clearly she's telling you it's never happened the way she wanted it to happen.
The
So-
problem is, like, with this conversation, is there's so many terms that don't have real definitions. Like, what is a porn star? What is sex tape versus porn? Like, is a naked picture of you porn? And
That's a good question.
If not, why not?
The human body's beautiful, guys.
It is a
Very
beautiful
accessible.
thing.
Not
Very
mine.
true.
But I just think that there's like a
Same
lot of
here.
labels here that like turn this into something it doesn't necessarily need to be. Like if you're getting paid for sex acts on media, does that make you a porn star? Because like
know.
in
Maybe.
which case, like if you posted a picture on her private Snapchat, or I say private, but that's what she sells it as.
Yeah.
If you buy access to that for naked pictures, are you a porn star? Is the transaction of money the answer?
Maybe.
If I sold a
But
dick
then,
pic,
I don't know. So we're
Would I
getting
be
into
a
a
porn
bigger
star?
argument,
Yeah.
right? A bigger argument would be then
Take Venmo?
what's the difference between someone who does that and then a highly paid model that like will go topless, right? Like
Well,
I'm talking for like a fashion spread, and that happens in
well,
Europe all
what
the
is
time.
the difference? Like what is the line between provocative sexual images and just modeling? And where there is a line.
You should
somewhere.
click on Urban Dictionary for porn stuff.
Yeah, that was
the best place.
not the best
Yeah,
definition.
maybe
of
maybe
definition.
Webster's would be better.
Well, they have porn, but yeah.
How do they define it?
This is just porn, not
And then
star.
a bigger question: what is art? You know?
I mean, are video games art? Is
why
the
are
question
we
that I
here,
really
though?
want
Take
to
a
know.
hit, bro.
Yeah,
Just
why-
fucking
why
take
are
a
we-
hit.
I mean, the definition of porn from dictionary.com, sometimes porno, pornography, sexually explicit videos, photographs, writings, or the like produced to elicit sexual arousal. Number 2, television shows, articles, photographs, etc., thought to cater to an excessive, irresistible desire or interest in something. But I think honestly, this is just, it comes down to how she defines herself, right? She doesn't define herself as porn, and I think that where it gets interesting is this is a very textbook definition of what porn is. But when we say porn, I think we're talking about the industry of pornography. And I think right now that there isn't a clear, and this is just as obviously somebody who doesn't follow this closely enough, there doesn't seem to be a clear delineation of I'm a YouTube person, a Snapchat person, an influencer person. I'm not in the traditional porn world. What does that make me? What is that? And not that she cares. She says she's not a porn star, so I guess she isn't a porn star.
Well, I mean, if maybe she went to some like really high, like I don't know who are the really big important porn sites.
Bang Bros.
Yeah, if she like got signed
Pornhub,
onto Bang Bros
Brazzers.
or whatever, and then left to go independent, it's like you guys leaving IGN. Like
Yeah.
you're cutting out the middleman. You're going. You're catering directly to your audience. So
Yeah,
maybe
I mean,
that's
in
what
this
she's
case,
doing.
she's more like the Captain Sparkles of the world. Like, she didn't even need the IGN.
Sure.
She just already did her
She's a
thing.
PewDiePie.
You know? She's like a PewDiePie.
Yeah.
I don't know why Kevin's giving me that look.
Because Kevin does this all the time. He loves ruining the show.
Why do you say that?
Because I love you so
Why do
much.
you say
Kevin.
that?
I love you. Hey, can you point the fan at me a little bit or get it oscillating or
as fuck.
something?
Let
This
it
side of the room's really hot. We're dying over here. And if Nick says it's hot, you know it's
It's
hot.
hot. It's sweaty hot. We can probably open the windows too. It's pretty hot
I
in
think
here.
that like her defining herself as a porn star.
Can you kick the fan up a little too?
Her defining herself as a porn star.
Like I mean, I think we define yeah, that's porn, right? Like if someone steals shit out of car windows and they're like, oh, but I'm not a thief. Like no, you are. Right?
But again, porn star doesn't mean anything. That's the problem.
It means a lot to me, man.
Yeah, okay, then you can say whatever you want.
Right? But that way.
Isn't there that shitty saying by that one congressman who's like, you
not-
know it when you see it?
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't that the
That's
thing?
No,
true
it's
though. I mean,
the-
but there's some merit to that, right? Of saying like that just means it's subjective to everyone. Porn is porn in the eye of the beholder. But there is an argument to be made of saying like, look, if you've got a video of you giving a blowjob to someone and it's on a porn site, how can you not consider yourself a porn star?
Potter Stewart,
Star.
Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States, famously said, I shall not today attempt further to define the kinds of material I understand to be embraced within that shorthand description of hardcore pornography. And perhaps I never could succeed in intelligibly doing so. But I know it when I see it. And the motion picture involved in this case is not that. And that's how he describes hardcore
Yeah.
porn and stuff.
I mean, going back to what I'm saying about like the definition and stuff, like Kim Kardashian, in my mind, is not a porn star.
Correct.
No, correct.
She's been in a sex tape,
Sure.
right?
Yes.
Correct, absolutely. I think maybe it comes down to your primary source of income. Like if you're making your most money from, sex tapes and stuff like that on the internet, how do you not classify yourself as a porn star? I don't know. It's very.
I mean, I
weird.
feel like it's the star part of it. Just like you're assuming a lot. You know?
Porn.
That's your
actress?
problem.
not a
That's
star
where
to me.
you get offended is like
Yeah,
when they
well,
jump
So, I
ahead.
mean, I don't mean that. I just mean like, well, it's okay, some porn performer,
Pump
like
the
someone
brakes.
who's
Yeah.
doing that. Like, I don't want to say porn star. Like you don't
Doing
necessarily have to
porn.
put- Sure,
Right?
But would you? But that's that I think is what we're trying to define here. And it's ambiguous, but to play devil's advocate, like okay, of course, a case could be made that Lena's doing porn. Like this is all pornographic. It is, but it's that's why it's so fascinating to me because I wouldn't define it as that. For some reason, to me, she goes more into the realm of social influencer or personality than porn actress.
I mean, definitely, but I think that it comes down. It's a case by case of the content. The YouTube video that we watched was not porn.
Sure, but if you search clearly her Snapchat or Twitter, there is a lot more provocative, more risque.
I would say that
videos and
some of those
photographs.
are pornographic images. That doesn't make her a porn star.
It's like the extra content, I'd say. Like
like bonus content.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are her
It's like
bonus
you're watching
episodes
The
on
Dark Knight, but
Patreon.
You get
Yeah,
to listen
exactly.
to Chris Nolan talk about
Exactly.
how you can't see anything in this movie.
Like I follow Mia Khalifa on Instagram, former porn star.
Well, so that's the opposite, right?
Yeah.
Where she's one of those that she got so popular in mainstream culture that she started to crest the porn star into mainstream star, right?
Yeah, and she stopped and she said, "Fucking moving to Austin." And I don't know what she does now, but still follow her.
Yeah.
Big fan. Big fan.
Her description on YouTube is "Come for the booty, stay for my irresistible charm."
Yeah. Okay. So
That's how. I mean, that was. Did you read my bio?
No.
that's
Ah,
mine says
like
the
what
same
you're doing
thing.
there, like you- Yeah, I'm surprised we're here hung up on the label, I guess, but I just never thought of it either that way.
Well, I feel like that's the argument, right? And that's the big argument that I think we're all on one side of is this porn or is this like something new or just what
I think
social
it's something
media
new,
is.
but I don't know what it is. Because I
Sure.
think porn star defines that you are in the porn industry as we know it, doing that porn thing. I don't know.
She's like an indie porn star.
Sure.
Sure.
But I wouldn't even say
I'm joking.
I know
That-
you're joking, but I wouldn't even say she's a porn star. That's the case that I'm trying to make here is that I don't think that is the case, but I can't define why. I can't explain why.
It's the industry thing. I think. I think
Maybe
that
it's just
like,
the personality thing. Maybe it's that she's starting with personality first, and the sexuality is clearly a trope to get people to invest in her as a personality. You
Yeah, I think
know?
if you can make money off it and it's not hurting anybody, who gives a fuck?
Oh no, I don't give a fuck either.
Oh, no,
I mean,
yeah,
again,
no.
more power to her. She's
Absolutely.
smart. I feel like at some point, Tim, sex tape.
To
I
get
mean-
kind of funny to 1 million.
that's the thing is like I'm smart. I know that's not going to help anything.
No,
If I
people
thought
will
that was gonna
unsub if
work,
that's the
I would
thing.
have done that a long time
Yeah,
ago.
yeah,
That's fair. That's fair.
But-
Well, more power to her.
Yeah, sure.
Well, yeah,
Unsubscribed.
250 away, pretty much 250,000.
She actually has
Away
a
from doing it.
plug as her headline or her
Yeah.
header.
Yeah, I
image.
want to know where that comes from.
Yeah.
Am I missing the
I
etymology
think
of
it's
that?
butt plug.
I don't know, but
That's-
her Twitter, not account, but just the name is Young Butt Plug.
Yeah.
So
But her
interesting.
website is Lena Plugs. So I don't know if.
And look who follows her.
Obvious-
Phil DeFranco, of course.
Yeah,
Come on.
and I mentioned him earlier. How weird.
Oh wow, it's
I'm
like
sure
you're trying to get
he
another
talked
job.
about her.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Well, good luck to you, Lena.
Yeah,
You're
good
welcome
job.
to come on the show and tell us how you define yourself anytime. My topic. I wanted to, I'll tell you at the stop. Well, first off, I'll tell you at the top.
What?
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, to Patreon producer Salem Ghanem El Ghanem.
Yeah, boy.
Always a pleasure to serve you. Thank you for your support. My topic is going to be the worst pranks you've ever been involved with. Pranks. As usual, I will deviate pretty quick into a Greg story that isn't even solely revolving around a prank, right? But I was talking about rudest pranks
This is
you've ever
not the
played.
goddamn raccoon story again, is it?
No, it's not. And that was a hit, and everybody loved it, so you should just shut up. But here's one of the pranks I was thinking about today that we should do.
Sure.
Kevin, bear with me. You've already heard it. Andy, you've already heard it. But we're driving over to the one and only Outback Steakhouse today.
Yeah.
We pull into the parking lot. Andy's parking. We see Nick pull in. While Andy, of course, how many hours did you used to drive here to move here from Austin?
I don't know. It was like 1,100 miles though.
How many days?
3 days.
3 days of driving. So you
So it
still
was
have a
like
lot of shit. in
10
your car.
hours, 12 hours, and then like 7 hours.
Still a lot of crap in your car.
Yes.
I've ridden now in this car twice, back-to-back days, Tim. There's dumbbells up front, so I rest my feet on them because if I put them down, the dumbbells will roll and hurt my ankles, and I don't want to get hurt by these dumbbells. And so Andy's parking the car, and Nick pulls in, and the first thing that comes to my head, Tim, is that you got to get us some kind of car sponsorship.
Okay.
Because what I'd love to
I'll
do
get right on it.
is if everything had gone according to plan with this car sponsorship, here's what would have happened. We would have beaten you at Outback Steakhouse. You would have pulled in, parked there. I would have walked over, tossed a dumbbell right through your fucking windshield. And we would have been filming it, and you would have jumped up, and you would have been, why did you do this? And you'd be freaking out. And then I would yell, it's just a prank. It's just a prank. We got a new car. We got you this new car. And we'd give you the new car.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, well, but you wouldn't be with the dumbbell through the windshield at first.
No,
probably.
well, here's why I wouldn't be in general, period. Because I would still have to call my insurance company to explain to them what the fuck happened to this. And it would still be a pain in the ass.
Sure.
And this is where I always
Boys will be
default to
boys.
when it comes to pranks is that as the person that takes care of a lot of the actual adult stuff
Sure.
here,
Yeah.
I'm the person that's been on the phone all day with the healthcare
Right.
provider.
Thanks,
I'm always
Andy.
the one who has to deal with like onboarding new employees, things like that. I'm always the person that has to do the 10 hours of waiting on hold with the really shitty hold music,
Right.
while you all get to just go fly drones all over the place.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. When Tim and I are at our desks, we're flying drones, having a great
I just
fucking
mean
time.
like you guys don't bear the brunt or feel like you bear the responsibility of having to like
Make
do
the adult decisions
boring
for us.
stupid
Sure.
shit that like everyone has to do. So I would that's when I start thinking about pranks, I'm like, please don't do that because if anything goes wrong,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to be the person that explains to the police what's going on and then file the insurance claim and
Sure.
do all that stuff. And it's just not worth
But think
it.
about
to
how
me.
great it would have been though if you just pull in, putt, and just wham, fucking dumbbell
Well,
right through the windshield.
it's good
From
to know.
good old Greg
going
Miller.
off what Nick's saying here about someone has to be an adult. I forgot exactly who it was. I think it was the Creatures were telling me about this.
The Ladybugs?
Where they had this office where they were like, they shared an office with a building with a whole bunch of other people. And they were on like the second floor or whatever, or third floor. And they ordered a shit ton of ladybugs. Remember we did a Game Over Greggy show topic one time about ordering
weirdest shit you
things
can
on
order? Yeah.
Amazon. I was like, oh, you can buy a bunch of ladybugs. Well, they did.
Yeah.
And they bought thousands and thousands and thousands of ladybugs and put it in one of their guys' offices and just like let them go.
That would terrify me.
And then the ladybugs started going through a bunch of holes and shit and falling into the offices below them. And then ladybugs just kind of took over the office.
Oh my god.
The entire office was fucked, and they like got kicked out and shit. And
Yeah,
then their
that'll
adult
happen.
had to
Sure.
deal with all that stuff. And it was like, was it worth the video?
That's a pain in the ass. Yeah.
Probably not, but
Was it worth those? Like,
maybe.
how many views did it have?
I don't know, but they probably got a lot of views back then. But that's funny though.
Yeah, that's a good. That's
But
a
like,
good,
yeah, it's a perfect example.
Oh,
Like,
it's-
pranks are usually like I would say 9 times out of 10. It's funnier to say, wouldn't it be funny if?
Because the other
than
one
actually doing
that
it.
brought this around today is that Nick it's always you. Nick got up to go to the bathroom today while we were out back
easiest
Steakhouse,
person
and I was
to-
like, why don't we all just leave?
And then you realize I drove.
Well, we could have figured it out. We got Ubers.
I gotta
Figured
cut.
it out.
But like 6 steaks show up.
See, that's
just
when
to
it's
you.
not worth it. It's like, oh, we're all gonna Uber home.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
this
I know. It
fucking-
I
would've
mean,
been
that
worth
actually
it.
would have been
Would've been
funny.
worth it.
But that's also inherently something that doesn't like. So I guess my thing is, I don't like the general concept of pranks because, as you guys know, I don't like anything that skews negative. I like anything that's positive. Like, I'm fine if the prank is, hey, we buy you a coffee, here you go,
$20, gotcha.
or whatever. But I just don't like. I've always like disliked the concept of the prank because it means that at some point I am going to directly be responsible for someone feeling bad.
Right.
Even though at the next second they're gonna be like, oh, it was just a joke. Okay, it's fine.
No, see, I think that there's a difference there where I agree with you. I think pranks need to have, there's the, setup, punchline, but then there also needs to be like but it's okay because. Like, I think what Greg's talking about breaking your car and then, you get a new car. I'm down with that type of prank. I just feel like more often than not.
I'd pay for your new windshield when we
like,
sell the car.
And then the next
hey,
day,
D, I got a new car.
And the car is just used.
Oh my
useless.
God, Kevin's got cardboard and cellophane. It'll be fine.
But here's my point. Why not just buy him with a new car and be like, Nick, we got a surprise for you.
We're not buying a car. We're getting
Here's a new car. I'm
Pranked
like,
you, dude.
dope. Thanks, guys.
Pranked
This
you.
really helps a lot.
It's a standard, not automatic. Gotcha.
I can drive clutch. It's fine.
Oh, fuck.
So now, but then it got me thinking about pranks in general, though, of like what you're talking about. I want to know about if you've done pranks and the worst ones you've done. Because I think I was such a shitty fucking person. You know what I mean?
You have an inner bully for sure.
But I've tamed it. You know what I mean? I say a lot of stuff.
You have.
Of like, hey, what if I did this or what if I did that? Doesn't
And
mean
you're
I'm going to
fucking
actually
crazy
do
when
it.
you say those things.
What do you
Like,
mean?
I don't know where there's a dark hole somewhere
There's
in your head.
dark hole
where
in your
you'll come
head.
up with
Two
stuff
of
where
them
I'm
right
like,
One
what?
back there.
Where
Windows to
did
the
it come
netherworld.
from?
Didn't you say
That's
you were
the
going to
other one.
tombstone somebody's mom in Iowa or something?
Well, I mean, like at Kind of Funny Live, I threatened to fight. I gave very detailed descriptions of how I was going to fight Trevor Starkey, Alex O'Neill, Cameron.
Not necessarily
and then
pranks,
my
just kind of
mom
threats.
got mad at me for saying that, so I canceled the triple threat against them and said I was just going to tombstone pile drive my mom at Kind of Funny Live.
okay.
I'm going to fight my own mother now at Kind of Funny Live. I don't know if she knows. But you better fucking get ready, JPK700 on Twitter, because I'm coming and I'm going to fucking end it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
See? Yeah.
Don't
Dark
like
places,
any of
dark-
those.
See, that's
Dark
all
Side of the
Undertaker
Dark.
stuff.
There's
I didn't
so
even
much
say
shit
rest in
growing
peace.
up for me. Like pranks is kind of a weird thing, but fucking with people.
Sure,
we
yeah.
talked
All right,
about
fucking
it.
with people, yeah.
But like 99% of the time of the pranks that I did, when I look back at it now, anytime I had that inkling of like, I probably shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
Looking back now,
Should've
I'm like,
listened to that time.
I should have not done it.
Yeah.
Like it was never worth how funny it was at that
Yeah,
moment.
sure.
And it's a lot of the times it was really fucking funny. But there's so much times where I'm like, fuck, I could have really.
Oh, yeah,
I
fucked
could
up
have killed
everything.
people.
Yeah.
I could have fucked up so many dumb things. Like,
Give me
like,
one.
There's some shit I don't even want
Sure,
to
you don't wanna talk about
because
it.
it's bad. But
Statute
like,
of limitations. They haven't found the body.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's just things where it's like, I remember like just throwing things at buses going by.
Yeah.
Right?
Fuck
Like that
yeah.
was just fun.
Oh, dude, when I was a kid, we used to throw water. We just used to you remember those water balloon launchers?
Slingshots?
Yeah, slingshots. We had this. No, they're like you tied them to two poles. You fucking like two dudes would pull them back, and then you just launch them into the air.
I didn't have this, no.
We used to we used to have fights across like we do it across the street from each other, but then when I remember distinctly like, one of my brother's friends brought it over. We just thought it was fucking hilarious. It's my parents' house, a giant hill, a very large brick wall, and then like a 4-lane
Oh, Jesus.
quasi freeway
Yeah.
on the other side of it. And we would just put random shit in those things
Ah.
and
Yeah.
just launch.
No, exactly.
that.
Like there's something about it. It's like
And it's
that's
like
fucking
that's
funny.
hilarious.
And it's not because like you
anything ever happen?
could have
Did
killed
anything-
people.
No. I don't think anything. No, and nothing ever happened. But because the very first time we heard, we were like, oh,
Yeah.
this is a really stupid, very
There's
fucking
some
dangerous thing to do.
ramifications here.
Yeah.
So what we did was we put the launcher on my parents' patio. They had like an elevated balcony patio, and then people would run around down below, and we just launched shit at them.
Oh, wow.
That was fun.
I thought you were going to break the patio supports.
No, these were like main supports for like the
Gotcha,
house.
man.
But
Okay,
we would
okay.
just two guys would pull it back and try to target, and
Sure.
we had to run around.
Yeah.
And then if like you got hit,
It's like Angry Birds or something.
Yeah, it was
it
really
really
fun.
is. But no, me and my friends would right in front of my house. Two of us would go across the street, and two of us would be here, and we'd have water balloons and throw them at each other across the street.
sure.
And if buses came by, we were no longer the targets. It's fuck the bus. And like the amount of times we throw water balloons, and like the target was always trying to get it in the window of the bus, so it would hit
Dickhead.
somebody. And like there was one time that some person came out was soaking wet, just crying, and I was like, oh fuck, I fucked up someone's day.
Yeah, you fuck someone's day up.
You know, and I'll never forget it. It made me feel so
Did
bad.
you run? Did the bus stop because of the wet? Did the bus stop because
Chris
of the
Farley
See, that
was
the
driving the
thing,
bus.
there was a bus stop like half a block away from
okay,
us.
so yeah,
we
you-
were fucking stupid.
sure.
We didn't think it through that
Dude,
far.
the times that like when you're a dumb kid and you do dumb stuff, and the fact that you don't ever think of the repercussions, I will never forget. We were at I was out at a friend's house. Mike, he is in Illinois. Fireworks are illegal. they had brought fireworks from Indiana. So they had all these fireworks. It's summertime, but not 4th of July. It's after 4th of July. And so we waited till his parents went to bed and at the sleepover, me, him, and Eric. And then we went out into his neighborhood, suburbs of Chicago, Wheaton, Illinois, super like sleepy, quiet area, you know what I mean? And they're just like lighting off bottle rockets, and his brother had a PVC pipe, and we're like shooting this shit off and Roman candles and stuff. And then at one point, we sat down. There must have been somebody else with us. We sat down in just the neighbor's lawn, and there's no like the street lights aren't really a thing. There's like some of them, but enough. So we're sitting there in the dark or whatever. And one of the other guys had to go to the bathroom. Like, all right, we'll wait for you here. And he went off and did that. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's just a flashlight on Mike from the neighbor who came out of their house, saw these dumb fucking kids, and was able to sneak up on them. And he's just like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like 3:30 in the morning on like, Sunday night, I'm sure, or Sunday morning now, I'm sure, because we got nothing to do. What the fuck are you doing? And Mike's like, and I was like, sorry, sir. And he's like, and he's hurt because he didn't see me. He only saw Mike, so I spooked this guy. And he's like, go the fuck home. We're going to call the police. Don't be stupid idiots doing
Dumb
that.
kids are dumb kids, man. I broke my best friend's arm accidentally growing up.
Jesus, how'd you do that?
Because I did the stupid thing like you were talking about, like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if we left Nick?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I have 2 stories with this where it's like that is never funny to actually do because it fucks somebody over.
We've left Kevin multiple times.
I know,
and it was hilarious both times. It was
There was-
hilarious
No,
every time
that-
we did it.
Literally both times said, "Don't leave me, guys," but you were too drunk to remember.
Yeah, that's the story. That's what we told you.
So, anyways, my friend, this is when we all got our first like bikes, like BMX bikes, and there was this hill, and then we would take turns going down the hill, and then it's the thing. Oh, he's going down. It'd be funny if I go out and pretend I'm gonna block him, and it's just like, why would I do that? And I did, and then he fucking got scared, and it's like I was gonna back out of the way. But here's this fucking kid going down this steep ass hill on his bike. He just hits the thing, flips, broke his arm, and I felt hella bad.
Sure.
Then another time was
he mad at you?
No, I mean we were dumb kids. It was like fuck, he was fine, so it was like whatever. But I felt really bad, and I learned a lesson. I was like, don't do that dumb shit. Flash forward a bunch of years when we get cars. We're in cars, and Alfredo is driving his van.
Of course, Alfredo had a van.
Of course he did. He was in the van. I was in the back, and it was my friend Raymond. Was like, we had a packed van, and Raymond was outside, and like everyone got in except for Raymond, and someone's like, go, just leave him. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh, don't do this. He fucking just starts going. Raymond grabs the door of the van. The door fucking rips straight off.
Holy shit.
I was like, holy shit, Raymond. So then we just look back, and Raymond just like has this fucking van door. And like, then we all had to pitch in and pay for Alfredo's mom's car.
That fucking sucks.
That sucked.
God damn.
I mean, I got a lot. Oh my god. And I'm not going to mention any names.
Yeah, don't incriminate
it's
yourself.
Just awful. So, like, throwing shit at cars. A buddy of mine, a real good friend of mine from back in the day. He lived next to an orange grove, like orange, lemon, citrus grove. And at night,
life gives you oranges. You make orange juice or eat it or use it as a garnish. Or
it was nighttime, and
I'm sorry, you were making fun of me.
And we had water balloons, right? And we're
for a
of
living,
course
sorry.
throwing these water balloons at the cars driving by.
Naturally.
Hucking them at them. And then we were like, we graduated to the oranges because we ran out of water balloons.
And also oranges, you can just pick them.
Yeah,
instead of having
super
to
easy. You
fill,
have unlimited ammo
do a
with you.
little turn
If you get
thing.
hungry, you eat
So
one.
you'd pick them off, and we were throwing them, and a few, maybe 30 minutes went by, and 2 of my friends were like, "Hey, we're gonna go back inside." They live really close by. So me and my other friend went out, or we stayed there, and I think the goal was he hadn't hit a car yet, and he was like, "I want to stay here until I hit a car," because he had been missing quite a bit. I was like, "Yeah, I'll stay out here with you," And so
friend.
we're waiting, and then suddenly we see one of the cars is driving, and it's super slow. It starts like slowing down really bad. And we're like, oh, well, this one's going pretty slow. Like maybe be careful. And as it gets closer, it's a cop. The whites and blacks on the car, like it was like that's a fucking cop. And
Eat the orange, eat the orange.
And it's like really far away, and we just see, shoom, the fucking spotlight turns on.
Oh, no.
And he's like looking through the Orange Grove rows, and we're like, Doug, fucking drop down. And we drop down to the ground, fucking Metal Gear Solid style, like in the dirt, like dirt on our bodies from the Orange Grove, looking out, and I just see like, shoom, 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 the lights going by. And we're like, stay still, stay still, stay still. And it passes by and fucking go. We booked it. We fucking ran spider webs all in our faces and shit. And we ran all the way home, and it was like, God, that would have been really bad. Like, that's something I could never have told my parents about.
Oh, yeah.
They're watching this now. Sorry, Mom and Dad.
We'll raise them right.
That one is really bad.
God, I got tension listening to that story.
And there was again, not really pranks, just ways to fuck with people.
Yeah.
For some reason, we wanted to fuck with somebody in his neighborhood, and got a big trash bin, fill it up with a bunch of water, and as we're walking it down the street, my friend starts pissing in it.
Oh, no, that's gone too far.
And then we lean it up in front of the front door and ring the doorbell a bunch.
No,
So
God
they look out
damn.
to the people. They don't see anything. They open the door.
Oh, no.
Fucking, and this is like 2 a.m. This is like 2 a.m.
That's so
What's
fucked
the
up.
last thing you would want to do at 2 a.m? It's like clean up water and like some piss in either in your carpet or your floor. Just awful.
Because
Damn.
boys think piss is
Boys are
funny.
stupid. We're fucking
God.
stupid.
It was just the dumbest fucking thing. And like,
Were you just off in the bushes laughing?
no, I was like always the scared one. Like
Sure.
Kevin barely knows me. Like I mean, you know, we know each other, but he's already noticed that I'm the worrier, and I was always like what the fuck are we doing, guys? Like, why are we doing this shit?
That was me.
Filling balloons with like
like that was me
mustard and
too.
water and throwing them. We threw it at like this vehicle with a fucking like convertible
Sunroof.
soft top.
Oh, okay.
God.
And yeah, we
Oh,
did
what
the
a- you're
bologna
a
on the
fucking
cars.
asshole.
Baloney?
Yeah, so like the bologna apparently like eats at car paint if you leave it
Damn,
overnight.
you were like fucking really trying to fuck these
Dude,
guys
I
up.
didn't know. Yeah. So like, I feel like I'm the innocent party. So fuck all my friends. They're the reason.
They're the
I
bad
feel like
apples.
I feel like you just don't realize that what you're doing at the time has long-lasting consequences. that could be-
Absolutely.
like when I remember my brother. I think I've told the story on the podcast before. My brother pissed off the girls' soccer team in high school.
Don't think you've told this story.
Oh, so yeah. So my brother, I don't know why he either pissed them off or who knows when you're a kid why you get your house TP'd. Maybe they like you, maybe they hate you. It doesn't matter. Maybe they don't even know. But for whatever reason, we got our house TP'd by the girls soccer team, and I think my brother ended up maybe he broke up with one of them. It doesn't matter. They took mustard and they squirted it in, like they wrote all these things all over our driveway, and one of the things they wrote was like perverted pig, and they wrote it. Like everything else came off, but for some reason that one ate away. Like it cleaned the cement.
Sure.
So when you wiped it off the next day, for the longest time, my parents just had perverted
It's
pig.
like suntan lotion.
Yeah,
like
it's,
when you
it's
leave
exactly
it on.
like
yeah,
that. Like
yeah.
it ate through all of the oil and shit on the driveway, and it was just there. And I'm like, huh. And every day I walked home, I was like, that's really fucked up. Like that's just everyone that comes to visit my house just sees that. Now.
I think I've told this story somewhere on one of the millions of shows we do. But so the incredibly condensed version is I've been on the other side of that, where it was one of our friends went out on a date. And he was the only one who had a girlfriend, so there's all the fucking jabronis I hung out with, and we were like, you know what we should do? Let's just prank him nonstop tonight. Okay. So we drove to his house and like got shaving cream from Jewel Osco and wrote on his car and put it on his windows, and he at his house. And so then he came out like 15 minutes later with the girl to go to the movie. He's like, oh, and he wiped it all off and went to the movie. And we're like, oh, hilarious. And we're filming all this. Hilarious.
Yeah.
So then we followed him to the movie. Found his car in the park, and it's like a giant like AMC 30. It took forever. We drove around, find his car. We ride all over that.
Dedicated.
Go to Steak and Shake, go home, start playing video games, forget all about it. And I get a call from him, and he's furious because it turns out shaving cream will take paint off a car if it sits in the Chicago winter for 2.5 hours while you watch
shit.
Mummy Returns or whatever the fuck was on. You know what I mean? And like his sister picked up the phone,
Brendan
who was
Fraser.
older, and I didn't even know. And she's like, he was like furious, obviously. He just put the phone down because his parents are yelling at him. He's yelling at us. And then she just picked up and she's like, this is really not cool, guys. And the way she said it, I'll never forget. I'm just like, I'm sorry.
There's that wake-up
We
sobering
are his
moment.
friend. We didn't know this was the thing. We didn't think this through on like how that would, because there was a moment in the thing when we went to get Silly String and we were all like, no, that might fuck up the car.
You just
Yeah.
feel
Don't do that.
gutted. Yeah, you feel
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
inside.
And it was the same thing. Like when I look back, you know, I was talking about Poe and how he's, you know, my best friend or whatever from growing up and like even till today. And it's one of those things, looking back, I treated Poe so badly in high school because I showed love through sarcasm and being stupid and whatever. And there was a time when Poe was going to run all state cross country or whatever the fuck it was, track. And we TP'd his house and put up signs and stuff. Because TP at the time, it can go either way. We hate you or we love you kind of thing.
Right.
And he was so appreciative of it the next day and blah, blah, blah. And so the next weekend, me and my friends were together like, we should do that again just cause. And we did it again. And Poe was like, all right, I'm not running anything. You don't have to do that. And then the next weekend, we're like, we should do it again. And we're filming it, of course.
yeah.
And there's this moment where we're like on approach to do it, and like we were doing it like Blair Witch Project, and Jason turned around, was telling a story, and he goes like this, and he's telling a story, and you see in the background Poe's garage door open, and there's just a silhouette of him with a hockey stick, and he fucking chased us through the neighborhood, furious at us.
Oh,
You know what I
man.
mean? And like we were like, oh, we're just fucking around, and the other guy like, well, You gotta go out there and clean that up every fucking day, and like I'm sure your family
Yeah.
doesn't want to look like that every fucking weekend. All right, yeah, good call. We're sorry.
It's one thing when it happens to you. Like when it happens to you, you feel like, man, I've been fucked with, and this is not okay. And what I always felt like I didn't have any enemies in school. Like I always kind of like hung out with different cliques, and I was I was an athlete, but I was also in theater, and I was in the band in middle school, and I hung out with a bunch of different people. And one day my car or my house was egged.
Yeah.
And I was like, who the fuck did this? And it could have just been 3 fucking assholes like we were.
Yeah.
With no reason, just like putting a trash can against a guy's door. Like that could have been me. I could have just been the random house that somebody wanted to fuck with.
It's scary though, because you're just like, wait, fuck, who's targeting
you
me?
feel
Like, what did
violated.
I-
Yeah.
man. I don't.
Well, it's back to the thing
Think
too,
about
just
what you're doing, kids.
Not understanding boundaries either. Where I
Yeah.
remember, our group of guys had a group of girls that we were friends with and like would hang out with every so often. And I forget how one day we're like, we're in a prank war.
Let's
You know what I
kill
mean?
one of these girls.
No. We're in a prank war, and I forget what we did to initiate. I think it was like we knew we were in the prank war or whatever, and like we drove up to their house or whatever, and they were pulling up, and we like did the roll down your window, and they're like, "What's going on?" And I like a giant super soaker, just like blast it all. And that was fine. That was fun, no big deal. And then we were in the house playing video games like a week later or whatever, and somebody's like, "They're outside," and we looked outside, and they were taking like panty liners and putting them all over the cars or whatever, and like we jumped in and drove after them all crazy, like chasing them through. Again, Poe always talks about I'm doing like 75 in our icy Chicago neighborhood while listening to like
Jesus.
fucking classical music, being out. But that was fine.
Classical music.
And then it was like, well,
Yeah,
how
that
are
makes-
we?
that's fine.
What do
You're
we?
gonna,
How,
like, poison
how do we
everyone.
get them back? And it was like, you know what?
Escalation, man.
We went to Target, bought sardines, drove up to their parents' mailbox, opened the mailbox on like Saturday night where there was no mail. There, you got the mail, and dumped the sardines in there and shut the thing and like went away. I was like,
oh my god.
well, that was a stupid fucking thing to do.
They're
Like,
gonna fucking be so pissed off 3 days from now when they get mail.
it's
Their
the
mom
long
tells her.
play. Kids are dumb.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
another one that I was not involved with, but it was really like everybody knew about it in the school. It's like some friends of mine who were trying to fuck with other people, and there was this. It wasn't like a rivalry thing. It was just, hey, there's this friends, we want to fuck with them, and they went to some random, I think, building that was in the process of being built. It was like abandoned. Maybe like they stopped construction on it, and it was really scary for them. They went by this place because it's like, oh, it's dark and it's scary and it's like haunted. There's a stupid rumor going around. And they're like, hey, we want to bring some other people over here. But before they brought them, they got a bunch of like raw meat and put it on the ground. And they lit candles.
Oh,
and
nice.
They did like a
Oh, wait, I know
pentagram
this.
style. And
Jesus Christ.
No. They just made it look like
A sacrifice.
like
something
somebody
happened.
was like doing some fucked up stuff in here. And so they took these random people over and they see like these candles lit with like 666 in like blood, but it was just like the juice from the meat or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
And, they had
yeah.
like fake blood and shit like that. And these people like freaked out and they ran out. And when one of the dudes who found out that he was just being fucked with, he was like cursing out one of our friends in the vehicle, like, you motherfucker, I'll fucking kick your ass, so one of them got really, really bummed out about it, but it seemed like it was kind of in good fun, but I would have been terrified. I didn't want to be involved. I was too scared. Scared
Scary
little boy.
pranks. I don't like scary pranks.
Scared little boy.
No. Yeah.
I like it.
Tim,
Yes.
what's your topic?
I have a confession to make.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I don't like where this is
This is
going.
definitely going to be a hot take. This is
shit.
This is something that I don't think a lot of people out there are going to agree with me on. But I've thought about this for a while now, and I want to now come out and say it. I don't like sandwiches.
Fuck yeah. Up
Really?
here, dog.
God.
Fuck sandwiches.
Yeah, fuck sandwiches.
Fuck a sandwich.
So here's the thing. Everyone talks about sandwiches
It's
being
time
the
to, it's time
greatest
to
food
enact
of all
Plan
time.
B, where you and I break off.
Oh God.
Let them
Okay,
take the
Jesus.
studio. We go back into the spare bedroom. We start again.
Colin's filming things right there now, right there.
We'll
This
film
is
in
the
Col-
house.
we'll film in
Can
Colin's
you
bedroom.
imagine? Holy shit! Can you imagine tomorrow morning if you rang the doorbell, came up, Colin's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "We're shooting in the spare bedroom again."
Yeah, it's all right,
Colin's
bud.
running his thing out on the kitchen table. We're in the fucking
Dual
room.
When some shit happened, it's not a big
And
deal.
we'll be here ranking our
There was
least favorite
some-
sandwiches of all
Dude.
time.
Go
here's the
ahead,
thing.
present your case.
So my thing is,
wrong
like,
with you?
there's a couple, food
yeah.
groups. And burrito is a food group. Pizza is a food group. I'll give it to sandwiches, right? People would name them as like, oh man, sandwiches are just great. But like after years and years of like, I remember there was a while where I'd be like, all right, I'm going to a deli, getting the Dutch crutch bread with all that stuff. I'm like, all right, this is pretty damn good. But I realized after a while, I'm like, I don't actually like this. This just seems like the most basic food. That it's like, oh, yeah, well, this is easy to make, so people just kept doing that.
Right.
That's
And-
exactly why it's great.
Yeah, I know, but like when I'm at a point where I can have someone make me a burrito or a pizza, I'm like, these are so much better. It's
Sure.
just like the base food.
The thing is, I feel like you're getting so much more with the sandwich. Like the sandwich is the best delivery source for the rest of the food, right?
No.
Where like,
I said burrito. I don't know if you heard me.
well, but the problem with the burrito is like inevitably, like I just feel like you can get more things into the sandwich. Am I crazy?
But is that
in
a good thing?
I don't know.
Because here's my thing. Here's
Less is more.
You presented
But like
this
the
the
sandwich
other
usually
day.
has like a little mini salad on it.
You presented this at Ike's, a sandwich shop here in the Bay Area that's local. Started as one place, now it's got a bunch of locations. It's great. Everybody loves Ike's. And what I say to you is that I will never go as far as fuck sandwiches. I will go as far to say 90% of sandwiches just not that great.
And I think, to be fair, the fuck sandwiches sentiment comes from fear more than anything.
Sure.
You know, when
You've been burned.
I've been burned.
Your heart's been broken.
I'm at a
Stomach's
place
been
where I'm
left
just like,
empty.
I don't know how I want to go about this.
Sure.
Like I did realize I don't like it, so I feel like I need to go extra hard
Sure. I
to
hear you, I
like
hear
let them
you.
know that they've wronged me.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the one that I want to say, because I know people are thinking it, I'm not talking about the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. The peanut butter and jelly
No,
sandwich
I can fuck with that.
that's a
100%.
thing on its own. That is that is one of the ultimate creations that anybody's ever made.
Sorry, I'm getting choked up thinking about the Ike's sandwich. You know how much the Hot Mama Hut over there. Good. Because the problem with
It's
it,
very saucy.
it is very saucy. It's a buffalo chicken sandwich.
great. So
I want you to
tangy.
know why I love it so much is the fact that I'm literally salivating talking about this goddamn sandwich. Is the fact that God rest its soul, that in Columbia, Missouri, there was a place called WG Grinders, which is a chain. It's probably all over the place. I once did Google. There's one like 30 minutes south of the city. but
Remove
I'm
the
never
E
gonna
at
go
the
there.
end. It's a gay dating site, Grinder.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Keep going. That's all good.
WG Grinders.
You can edit that out.
Toasted
Kevin.
subs. They had a buffalo chicken sandwich there that was out of this world. And then they went out of business and I was just left with no buffalo chicken sandwich that was that good.
Right.
And I'd go chase them and I'd go try to find them and anywhere you go, you try it, couldn't do it.
Sure.
Ike's is better than WG Grinders. So that's why like I only know one sandwich at Ike's. Don't need to know anything else.
Right.
But I have tried Colin was a big fan of that Grubbin place. Grubbin's all right. But it's another thing where I don't like it because they put too much in the sandwich. I think a sandwich, when it's the simplest, is the best. I fuck with peanut butter and jelly.
Hell yeah.
Growing up, another one I always liked, though, was bologna and American cheese or ham and American cheese, and that's it. I don't need the tomatoes. I don't need the lettuce. I don't need all the sauces. And that's the thing with Grubbin is Grubbin has a great sauce. But it's similar to what happens with your brother whenever we eat out with him. Is I'll order it and be like, don't fucking put any of this other shit on there. And then you get it and it is all the other shit. And you're like, this is a soup that I'm trying to hold together with bread.
Yeah,
and I hate
I'm not down with that. Like growing up in San Francisco, there's this place called Sub Center that I didn't bring up during our topic because I don't give a fuck about it because I just learned I don't
fuck with
like sandwiches. But I mean, it's an institution here. It's out in West Portal. I think we went there.
I think we had we ordered from there.
place.
But I
It's
mean,
the bomb.
like that place people fucking love. But I'm like, it's so basic that I'm like, I wish I was eating almost anything else. It's like, I'm a big fan of bread, but that's where the pizza comes in. Where I'm like,
See, I feel like
that's everything I like about the
I don't
bread
know,
plus
it's,
more.
It's weird to me that you don't like the sandwich because there's so many different options with the sandwich. I mean, bread options, thickness options, protein options that you put in the sandwich. Like you get a good meatball sub. That's the fucking bomb.
Meatball subs are always inevitably too much. The bread gets too soggy.
That's the whole point.
I would much rather give me some spaghetti and meatballs and give me some bread to dip when I
Yes,
want it.
100%.
Now here's what I want to do, and I know that this traipses back a little bit into hot dogs and sandwiches and all that jazz. Do you count your combo at Portillo's as a sandwich? Because that's just Italian bread, Italian beef, and then that big old sausage inside.
No, because again, I feel like that's a hot dog more than anything.
Okay.
And is a hot dog a sandwich?
Because I count the Italian beef at Portillo's as a sandwich.
Look, if I went to any sandwich shop and they give me the option to put a long ass meat patty in there, just give me a long burger.
Well, see, it's
Well,
It's
see,
long
is a
meat.
burger a sandwich? That's another question.
I mean, I
It's
think
like,
it
no.
is, but I think it is, but I don't
also,
like.
I'm convinced you don't like hamburgers either.
No, I love hamburgers.
I love.
I
hamburgers.
literally
You don't like any in the city. though.
every single time we go to a hamburger place, you're like, "Ugh, I don't like that place.
That's not true.
You don't like Hall of Flame. You don't like Beeps that much.
I don't like it when it's just
You don't like
hella
Gettys.
greasy. I don't like greasy burgers.
That's a hamburger. That's what hamburgers are. What burger is good for you? Like, name me a good burger. I think you just don't like anything that's sandwiched in between two pieces of bread, which is why
No, I love
think you should try a
burgers.
low carb
I love
diet.
cheeseburgers. Love
But you,
cheeseburgers.
what name the place you want us to go for burgers?
There's
the
not really
thing.
any great ones here. Burgermeister's
But you've
okay
never
every
left
once
here.
in a while.
You live here. You grew up here.
Yeah, but I mean,
You like a
I like when it comes to the burgers. I like the chain stuff. I'll take the fast food burgers. Sure, that's fine. But give me like a Mel's burger, something like that. I'm
Yeah.
down with that
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
Here's what I will say, though, to your point, and this is a hot take from Greg Miller
Oh, boy.
that we've danced around before, I think, is the fact that I think a burger is a sandwich, and it is defined in there. It does have
Yeah,
a
but
sandwich
no.
name.
No.
And I think that it backs up your point, because a lot of burgers are bullshit. A lot of burgers.
You're right. A lot of burgers
I order these
are.
burgers, and I stopped ordering burgers unless we're going to a place that is like Jenny's, Big Jen's,
Big Jenny burger.
Beeps. You know what I mean? That is a great one. In and out.
Oh, I like Beeps a lot. Beeps.
If I'm going there and I know it's going to be a great burger, all right, fine. But when I go anywhere else, like, no, I'm not going to go because the
What
bun's
about
going to
a
be too
good
big.
burger?
Only good burger.
Kel Mitchell.
again,
Where you at,
man.
Kel? Come kind of fun life 3.
Where's Kel at?
Yeah, I think that goes to your point though. That I think there's a lot. I think there's way more. I think 90% of the burgers I eat or I have ate in the past suck. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't even think I'm going to fight you on that. I'm a fan of good burgers, and I stand by that. Burgers are one of my favorite foods, but I feel like they get fucked up very often. Your burgers you made a couple days ago were really good.
Thank you.
I'm a big fan of those.
That's the soy
like
or the Worcestershire sauce.
I think because I'm so basic, just give me meat. Give me that meat in my mouth. Give me some lettuce, tomatoes, and some hella toasted buns. I need that shit toasty, like kind of crispy.
Oh yeah, you
at the
had an
edges.
issue. We were talking about this recently.
Mighty
Where-
Fine Burgers in Austin. Bernie loves it. I think Gus was the only one on the podcast I was like, fuck Mighty Fine. And I was like, yes, fuck Mighty Fine. They never toast the buns no matter how much you ask. I love all burgers. Here's kind of a weird thing about me. I've never had a burger from McDonald's or Burger King.
Oh, that's going to change eventually.
And
Friends
I'm
with
never
Kevin.
going to do it.
from
Kevin's got a McDonald's hamburger in
I've
his pocket
never
right
had
now,
one.
guaranteed.
Why? How does that happen?
What?
I always went for the nuggets, went for
Oh,
them
okay.
nugs.
Give them the nugs.
And anytime we'd be on a field trip, like, you know, we elementary school field trips, hey, let's order McDonald's for everybody. They'd order the same burger for everybody.
Texas.
And I knew
That should never happen here.
I'm not going to scrape off my cheese off of this fucking burger, you know? 'Cause
Right.
that shit's gross. And I'd attempt
You don't like cheese?
I don't like cheese on my burger. I love cheese everywhere else. Don't love it on my burger. So anyway,
so particular.
So I would always just give my burger to my friends, and I would eat the fries.
All right.
Or
Oh.
and another thing I never did with sandwiches growing up, like again, I never did. My parents were never like, "Hey, make yourself a sandwich." You know, you got this ham, there's turkey, or whatever. I just got, I would get turkey, fucking, you know, sliced turkey, put it in between some Ritz.
There you
I
go.
made my own- I made my
Oh.
own-
The
that-
cracker sandwich, shout out to that. I feel like that's like a cousin of dipping things in sauces. You know, putting
Sure.
little things on some crackers,
Yeah,
getting some
absolutely.
little
I think it's the-
charcuterie.
If I get the crispy texture in there, maybe I could do like a ham sandwich. But when it gets really messy and sloppy and
Yeah.
shit, like the thing I liked most about the recent one, the Hot Mama Hutta,
Yeah, the Ike sandwich. Yeah.
what the parts that did not have an abundance of sauce. When it was just like, you know, mainly chicken, I liked it. But the sauce is super tangy and super like.
It's just what I want.
I mean, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
Evolving this topic a little bit, going back to something that we've discussed many times.
Sure.
Jimmy John's, Subway,
yeah.
both can just suck a dick.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Like I just can't. I can't. Quiznos.
No, you
I'm okay
can't.
with
You
Quiznos.
can't
No, because
do
here's
this.
the thing. Here's the thing.
Don't be
I
these
feel
people.
like Quiznos gets to the point where so many of their options are more similar to the Italian beef or a burger, where I'm like, I almost don't even consider them sandwiches. It's just bread with meat in it.
Okay. All right. Just
You-
play
it's not-
fast and loose with all the definitions.
You
to make
can point
everything
back to
acceptable.
the Kind of Funny morning show from a few days ago when Nick said, "Hey Andy, do you like sandwiches?" And I said, "Yeah," just because I wanted to fit in, guys. I'm very sorry.
No, what I was like,
totally
hey, we're gonna
lied.
take you to lunch, and then we failed
It's your
on all
first
fronts.
day. Do you wanna go to
Your
lunch?
First day, let's go.
Do you
lunch.
like
That sounds
sandwiches?
great.
I
You
was
like
like-
sandwiches? I love sandwiches.
Yeah.
And then we didn't even buy your meal. You just ate the sandwich that you had to pay for. And you
Yeah.
were like, by the way, I don't like sandwiches.
And that's another reason
like,
why
damn it.
I've it's not for a lack of trying. I've tried several different sandwiches and I
have
get
I.
burned every time. And it's like I don't want to keep spending fucking $12, $10, $8
Sure.
and wasting my money. If the sandwiches are free, I would try a fuckload of sandwiches.
Sure.
But when
Sure.
it's coming out of my pocket, it's like
See,
I
it's just
don't
about
love
finding
this.
what works for you. And I know what works for me is I don't want the lettuce, I don't want the tomatoes, I don't want it to be too soupy. I don't think personally the Hot Mama Hut is too soupy because it's not multiple sauces mixing, getting the bread all gross. Live your own life if you think it does. But I've had way worse. I also then get that Italian bread. You know what I mean? That French roll. That's what it's about. Dutch Crunch. I fucking hate that shit. When I first started at IGN, we used to go down the road to
fuck.
Darby
Darby
Dan's,
Dan's.
and everybody liked that shit. And you'd come back and eat at your desk, and it would explode everywhere, cut up the roof of your mouth like you're
yeah,
Captain
see, I never
Crunch.
got
Like,
that.
no,
I like
fuck
That's
that.
the
I
wrong
like
type
that
of
real
Dutch
soft
Crunch.
wheat.
There's soft Dutch Crunch too.
I can't.
But I
I've
fucked
been
up
burned.
yesterday because Dutch Crunch is one of those things it needs to be for the right type of sandwich, which
Yeah.
I still haven't found. But it was definitely not for
Turkey,
the buffalo
Sure.
chicken.
Sure.
No.
Turkey and
Yeah.
Dutch Crunch.
Yeah.
Oh, the bomb.
I
See, I
understand.
don't even eat bread, and I love sandwiches. That's how much I love sandwiches.
There was also back in the day when we worked at IGN. Remember Jules or Julie's down in Brisbane? It was a little thing down there. You went down there and I'd order the pastrami there, and it was just
okay.
like that much pastrami and then really thin bread. I'm like, that's fucking.
I mean, well, speaking of
beef
IGN
sandwich.
sandwiches, I will give a shout out to the Brennan Street Cafe.
Yeah.
Because that place was pretty good, right around the corner.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know if
yeah.
it was maybe I just liked the people that
I think
ran
you just
it.
like
They
the
were
people
so
that ran
nice.
it. It was a nice family of people.
They give you a pound of bacon with every meal.
You have a
they were
microphone. You can
great.
talk into it.
Anyway, I don't know. I feel a little uncomfortable about admitting this. Like
Sure.
I
Here's
feel
my
like-
so here are my
You
questions.
took a big step today.
Yeah.
And
You
so
know
did I, frankly.
that I don't eat out often,
Sorry, Jen.
Oh.
but I love that Ike's. So what does this mean? Are you going to keep trying to find sandwiches there, or are you just not going to go eat there?
I mean, Ike's is one of those places whenever you guys are like, let's go to Ike's. I'm like, fuck. I
I'll
don't
sell
wanna
out and
be
get a
here.
salad like Nick did.
I don't like being
No,
difficult.
don't do that. No,
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 don't
just
do
because it
that.
takes
That
long.
takes
I don't want.
so
It takes too
long.
long.
No, next
And
time
it's not good.
I'm gonna get the sandwich and just open it up and eat the turkey out of it. because
That's a
I feel
good
like
idea.
the
That's what I
the
started
salad
doing.
took way too long.
That's what I started doing yesterday. I
You
just
guys, you have
kinda
to
took away the bread.
explore
I
the
get so
menu. There's
picky
like
with my shit, and Nick's
150
all,
options.
well,
Explore the menu.
because you and your brother are very picky
Thank you,
eaters.
Kev.
I've noticed that.
My
Now,
pick-
granted,
my brothers.
you
much more
guys
so
like
than
you
me.
guys are definitely like you fascinate me, and here's why. Because your brother, for instance, if he looks at something and decides he doesn't like it, he won't eat it. That is not my way. That is not my way.
Yeah.
My way is if it's in front of me and it's at all edible and hasn't spoiled yet, and even if it has a little bit, you eat that.
Well,
fucker
that's
and
the.
just
I
deal
mean,
with the
that's just
consequences.
with all due respect. I think it's normal. Because like I hate onions. I get order shit all the time, and there's onions on it, even though I didn't ask for them. I'm like, all right, pull it off, then I eat it. But yeah, your brother is very much like, nah.
My brother had.
I'm the same way though.
My brother had a real bad run-in with mayonnaise growing up,
Yeah.
and I think that just
What
kinda
does that exactly
broke him.
mean?
I don't even know.
Okay.
Honestly, I feel like the
ran
story's
into mayo and it
over
like had a
years.
knife and gonna get you.
It was
got robbed by
but,
a jar of
it's
best
kind
foods.
of like evolved over the years to now. It like sauces. He's just like I just.
I mean,
I
I
like
can
it.
fuck with that.
Life.
Here's what I would have enjoyed yesterday if I had the option to get all the chicken that they had in that Hot Mama Hutta.
Yeah.
Give me a little like side of that sauce.
Yeah.
Where I could just dip it in.
And now,
you totally could.
Like,
You totally
it's
could.
just,
want, man.
I guess it's like when I go to a wing place, I hate when it's fucking drowned in sauce. Like if it's, I'm all about.
do you
like
tell them light on the
moderation.
sauce, or do you just let
No,
it?
I mean they just like Pluckers makes it perfect for me. That's probably why I love Pluckers. But yeah, I would have loved if I had that little tangy sauce because
Sure.
it didn't. It's not that it tasted bad. It was just
Too
an
much yeah.
explosion, man.
That's why I'm all salivating right here. Can't
Just
fucking
fucking
wait.
like just dip it in, eat it. Maybe with some tortilla chips. I love tortilla chips.
chips.
Here's what I've been doing recently.
Lay it on me.
That's just crispy bread.
Here's my like really like poor man's thing that I've been doing recently. On the road, on the drive over here, bought a few bags of beef jerky. And my mouth's salivating. Got a few bags of beef jerky with a bag of tortilla chips. And it reminds me of eating barbecue at my dad's house and my parents' house. You know, my dad makes barbecue and he has the fajitas out. It's the same like sort of
say
thing.
that
It's
again?
fajitas. Wow. Yeah. So I'd put the beef jerky in the tortilla chip, eat that shit. That's my sandwich. I like the crunch. Reason why I would put crackers instead
God.
of eating sandwiches.
Does that doesn't do anything to your bowels? Doesn't stop you up at all?
No, I feel great.
Okay, it just shoots through. I mean, if I eat too much beef jerky, it's like you're gonna be waiting a couple days for the train.
Oh no,
You know what I mean?
I take some pro and prebiotics.
Do you? Okay,
Yeah.
so it breaks it down in the stomach.
Breaks it
That's
down.
good.
Yeah, feeling good.
And a colon.
I used hot Cheetos in my little homemade sandwiches.
Oh
That's the
yeah,
way
yeah.
to go.
Yeah, I used to put standard Cheetos or like just Lay's because it added the crunch that I desired from because with the bread it gets kind of mushy.
Let's talk about the game changer that the Clausen sandwich slices were. When you're making sandwiches at home and you could put those on there. God, fuck yes.
Oh, I still have those.
What is it,
Clausen.
I buy those all the
The
time.
pickle.
I'll take those and I'll roll it up in turkey. Like I'll go to Trader Joe's,
Sure.
get the Columbus turkey with their pickle slices, and I'll roll those up and make little turkey rolls in it. And it's like an inside out sandwich because you get the crunch on the inside instead of the
Yeah,
outside.
yeah.
It's tasty.
It's just DIY stuff, man. You go to McDonald's, you get yourself a number 2, the 2 cheeseburger meal. You go to the liquor
Don't know
store.
anything about that.
You get some of that hot Cheetos, and then you put the hot Cheetos on the double
Wow.
cheeseburger,
Crazy.
or not
Wow.
double, just the single cheeseburger. Oh,
That's crazy.
Here's one
it's
thing
so
that
good.
really grossed me out when I was in elementary school. You know, they'd always give you sandwiches for lunch every once in a while. Of course, I never ate them. And or if there was bread along with the meal, maybe the meal was like, I don't know, turkey
Pasta?
or mashed potatoes or some shit. There might just be a fucking like dry ass loaf of bread that had no crisp to it. It was just
Sure,
a loaf of
sure.
bread. My friend, and I specifically remember Mike Guerra, one of my best friends. One of my best friends since we were 4 years old. He's now a lawyer for Netflix, by the way. Congratulations.
That's an awesome job.
He would pick off the bread and like roll it into a ball and eat it. I was like, yeah, it's so gross. Like it's just gross stuff. It just like stale dough. I don't know. It just grosses me out.
I've done that.
I'm a fan of dough. I like dough.
Yeah, I've definitely smushed up bread before and eat it like that.
It's so gross to me.
This
like
is the
bread.
thing. We right before this podcast started, you guys were talking about potentially going on a diet. And I recommended the low carb diet, and you guys have just proved me right. Like, you guys don't like sandwiches because of the bread to protein ratio. So just eat the protein. Why not just eat the protein? Like,
I do like bread.
Sometimes you get some dope ass like bread. You know, like here's one place that's very commercial, burger place, Fuddruckers. I love their bread.
I used to love
I love
Fuddruckers.
their buns. It's so toasty, and they kind of put butter on top.
Fuddruckers.
That's the burger?
That's oh my god.
That's a great burger, dude. There's a place
fucking
back home
love
called
Fuddruckers.
So back home, it's like Fuddruckers or Wallbangers. I don't know if Wallbangers is a national chain,
Wallbangers.
but there's one back home. Yeah,
It's a good name.
Like a
It's
Harvey
so
Wallbanger?
fucking good. It's
that a drink?
Shout out to Wallbangers, man.
Yeah.
Far Texas, McAllen, Texas. Represent 956.
If you didn't know, this has been the Game Over Greggy show. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table. Each bring a random topic discussion for your amusement. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny, where you can get each and every episode early, along with a bunch of exclusive perks, goodies, and photos from Andy.
But are they porn star photos?
No, they're not. He's not a porn star. If you got no bucks to toss our way, no big deal. Head over to youtube.com/kindafunny, where I post the entire show topic by topic, day by day, until it goes up as one big MP3 and video for your viewing and listening pleasure. Andy Cortez, welcome to IGN, or not IGN. Where do we work? Kind of funny. Oh, everyone's like, oh.
You thinking about going back?
Is that a Freudian slip?
I have been talked to a few times. No, they're like, not a chance in hell would we ever have you back. Welcome to Kind of Funny.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
No problem.
I'm excited to be here.
Good. Us too. Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you. Thanks for watching. You can subscribe here, go to Patreon there, check out Kind of Funny Games over there, or see a playlist of some stuff Kevin's assembling over there. Kevin's weird.